the psalmist, David. So when you understand that once you start, you see yourself sitting in the God seat in triple darkness in the middle of nowhere, and you recognize and observe that position, you sitting in the center of creation. That's the mindset. You sitting in the center of creation and you creating everything. Okay, now you would simplify the totality of creation. You got to bring it into your 3D model of yourself. I'm God pretending to be Rod. How am I supposed to behave as God in this 3D realm? This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to rewrite who the system told me to be. I'm not going to be Rod. I'm going to be Morpheus Mysticus Magus. Morpheus Mysticus Magus is our alchemical name that was adopted by the character Rod in order to break free from the character Rod and become the embodiment of the liberating mind that I want to be, so that I can help other people liberate their mind. So more.
All right, what's going on, family? A little tight, man. I ordered this book from Amazon and they just sent me an email saying it got canceled. Man. Yeah, what's going on, family? What is going on? Welcome to another episode. It is Friday, March 28th. I think we're near the end of Ramadan. Shout out to everybody who participated. Don't know where Red or Blue. I know Red is running about a half an hour late. Don't know where Blue is at right now. Listen, what I want to do, we're gonna have a good conversation though tonight. We're gonna have a good Q&A. I'm sharing the link. I want whoever wants to participate, if you have a question or a comment about tonight's topic, I want you to click on the link in the chat and join us for this live. You know, it's one of the type of shows where you want to talk to the family and get an understanding of where the family's coming from. You know, it's going to be a real therapeutic show show tonight. So yeah, it's just unfortunate. Like, I'm reading the comments, and let me just give you an example. So I'm reading the comments, and yeah, like a lot of y'all, been feeling like this planet sucks lately, and like, yeah, that's a sentiment with a lot of people who, you're into spiritual information, but you just don't vibe with the way this planet is or whatever. And everybody's entitled to their own experience. So I would never say you shouldn't feel like that, but just trying to get an understanding of why we may feel like that. Is that an authentic feeling, or do we think that because the purpose of life is to vibrate on your preferred reality? So if we're supposed to vibrate on our preferred reality, then that means that, what we dislike, we shouldn't be given energy to. I'm not saying completely ignore it, but try our best to be around things that we resonate with. And just somebody said calling Rod Hayes. Now Rod Hayes is actually taking a break from the internet. The only video he has done is the Patreon video. He's doing Patreon, but he's not doing like interviews or nothing like that right now. That Patreon video is hot, y'all. Make sure you go to the Patreon Black Magic 363 and check that out. Let's get to we got a lot to talk about tonight. Like I said, the pill Red will be here in about a half an hour. Don't know where exactly Blue's at, but let me get to this first caller we got in the back. Queen, what's your name, Queen?
Letitia, I talked to you before, remember?
You look familiar. Yes, you do look familiar.
We were talking about the hip hop. And okay. I wasn't trying to come across as difficult, but you from New York. Hip hop did start with different cultures. They were using the get down part of the music, right?
I don't even remember our conversation.
It was about the hip hop and Fat Joe.
Okay,
I don't want to get back into that. What the topic for today? I really was looking for Blue and Red, but
I don't know where Blue's at. I sent him the link. I know Red running a little late, but I don't know where Blue is at. But
Yeah,
call
I
back,
met
call back.
Blue. You said
Call back.
call back?
Yeah, and
What's the
about Red
topic?
Beer. Well, we talking about star seeds and why some star seeds may dislike planet Earth. A lot of star
Oh,
seeds, although they
because
have
it's
gifts,
too.
they're very dissatisfied with the planet and they do not want to be in this realm. So just having a chopping it up about that, you know.
Not enough humanity. People are cold hearted here.
Yeah.
You know, when we were talking before, I was talking about the foundations. There's a lack of foundation in the youth today because
Right.
the parents they don't have no parents, so
Right.
they don't have no foundation. They have to learn on their own. So a lot of people, if they are star seeds, that's coming from inside of themselves. It's not something that they're learning outside themselves, which is why they don't want to be in this realm because they're not of this realm.
So if do you think this realm is cold?
I think it's a both, a combination of both. You can't have good without bad.
The polarity, right?
But I think that right. But I think that some of those star seeds are just pure goodness, and some of the bad they can't tolerate. And I'm just speaking from experience because I've gone through some bad situations, and I'm a good-hearted person.
Now, you're a good-hearted person. Don't you think if what we're learning in metaphysics and quantum physics is right, if you're such a good-hearted person, shouldn't you attract good things to you and not bad experiences?
I've had a lot of bad things because I'm good. You can't have all good. You know, if you think about the yin and yang, you can't have all good. You can't have darkness without light. You wouldn't be able to see the light without darkness. So you have to have a combination. And I think if you're too good, sometimes it's trying to change you. You know what I mean? So it's a test to see if you're going to change and flip over to the dark side. So
you ever been tempted to go to the dark side? And you ever been like, man, fuck this shit? No? Okay.
No. And I don't think that darkness is bad. I'm not going to say that it's a bad thing. I just don't feel like I want to hurt or have bad intentions or ill intentions toward anybody. So when you say dark, you know, like I said, it's dark and light here. You have to be able to dip and dive in and out of each realm.
Yeah.
But indeed, you got to be able to come back from the darkness. If you dive in there, you got to be able to come back.
Right. Indeed. Let me ask you this.
We need blue. This is why we need blue.
Yeah, he actually just texted me. He should be here soon. Do me a favor, call back in about 15 minutes and Blue will be here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Peace.
Peace, bro.
All right. All right. Let's get to the next. We're gonna get to El Berna. El Berna, are you there?
Yeah, Rich. What's up, Rich?
What's going on, my brother? What is going on?
Man, nothing, man. You know what I wanted to talk about? The number 44, man.
All right.
44, man, it's like a magnet to me, bro. It's super crazy. Woo. All day, every day, nothing but 44.
Okay.
Blue.
Peace, God.
Peace, God. What's up, Blue? This number 44 just followed me like a magnet, man. It started on Lionsgate 8823. I had a conversation with my wife. It was emotional. And a feather fell from the sky on me at 5:44. I was eating some Trix cereal. And since then, 44 has been attached to me, man, like all day, every day, man.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. And this telepathy thing is like I'm getting into like psychic abilities, man, to read numbers in the minds of people, birthdays, years, and I don't know them. And man, it's super crazy. And shout out to both of y'all, man, all of you.
Indeed, indeed. Blue, you got any Blue, can you hear us, Blue? I think Blue's somewhere where
Yeah, Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich, I'm 6/17 too, Rich, June 17th.
Oh yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where you from, brother? Where you from?
I'm in DC.
Okay. So, bro, let me ask you this. What you think about the topic in terms of highly spiritual people not liking this earth or this planet, do you feel are you do you like it here? Do you hate it? Like, what's your thoughts on this realm, my brother?
Well, man, I'm a part of like the community that don't like it, but right now I'm starting to understand on this journey we've been in, man. Understanding, like the good sister said previously, man, we got to take it all, the good and the bad, and we just here find our purposes, man. And someone link, it's the great separation, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught, man. And we just at that point, man. We all going through something. And the best thing right now is to be in line, man. I tell you, with this 44, I just been in a line with everything, man. And thanks from your show. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I mean, it's really crazy, man. And it's real. But I won't say I don't dislike it. And I believe the people who say that we really just don't dislike it. It's just the people, man, that's in the house.
What's your how do you feel about like relationships in terms of like how's your family relationship? Are you married? Like, how has your relationships been here on this planet? Like, were you able to get good relationships? I'm sorry, go ahead.
You chiming in right now, Rich, and that's what I'm going through right now, man. I'm actually by myself right now.
Yeah.
And from the whole journey, man, with the wife, with the energies, with the wife and things like that, man. We had to separate, like Sister Maya said, we are separate, man, physically, the twin souls and the twin flames. I'm going through that right now and in line with these energies, man. And I don't know how this thing's happening, but yeah, man, but we good. But I just had to take, a break, from the family. I got 8 children, man, and 2 don't live with me. So we in there, man, but we still with the family.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Well, I'm glad you seem real positive about. Well, not excellent that you're going through that, but your vibe. You seem like you handling it well, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
Do you ever feel like? That. Let me ask you this question. Do you feel like what you're going through personal? Do you ever find yourself taking it out on other people in this realm? Because I think that happens a lot in this realm.
No, sir. Yeah, I believe I don't like to call people weak, but I believe that's like for the weak ones. Yeah. And I don't like to say weak, but nah, not for me, man. I'm just holding it down with myself and getting myself correct because it begins with me. And again, I got a big family, man, a lot of children. And this journey been going since 2020. People ain't understand. I kind of been introverted by myself and just going through the family thing. And I'm at the stage right now that I got to focus kind of on me,
Right.
Again, going back to like, I want to call in. I looked at the thing said 844, and that was just a kicker. Again, I just go with that all day, and it's 44. I'm going with it. Right. All day. It's just with me, man. It's super crazy.
I hear you, man. Blue, can
all
you
my children, all my children birthdays on this number thing crazy. Go ahead, Blue. Go ahead, Blue.
Oh no, I'm just listening to you, brother. Tell your testimonial, and I can hear the passion in your voice.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Hey, well, listen, man. Well, I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all be good, man. Tell Red, man, everything good, man. Thank y'all, all right?
Thank you, brother. Take care of yourself.
Be good, Rich.
All right, brother. All right, peace. Blue Pill, welcome to the program, my brother.
Welcome, brother. I was fighting through some Atlanta traffic. Finally got to my location. Honored to be here as always. It's been one of them days, man. Today is just, it's a blessing. Like it's the best way I can explain it is this. My grandfather would always tell me that April 1st was the new year because April Fool's was about April 1st being the new year. And he said it would be a 7-day ceremony from March 21st to March 28th is when they really commemorated and celebrated the incoming new year. So I know that we passed through spring and it was 20th and then you get to the 21st, but a whole strong later, which is now, it kind of solidifies. And this is like the thawing out period. And I've always spoke about since 2007, February 21st to March 28th is when the sun goes through its breakout phase of the watery grave of Pisces. And if you tie your ascension protocol to that, meaning like your workout or just whatever you do, the 28th is like the payoff. And today I have received like blessings for, they like stay down until you come up. Today's been one of those days.
Wow.
Today's one of those days. Like
one of them days, huh?
Yeah, life-changing situations. You know what I mean? So part of my tardiness, I just been getting in alignment to hit, all of the bowling pins. And here we are.
Yeah. Indeed. Let's bring in this next go. Blue, you see the topic, right? You see the topic? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, that's deep.
Yeah. We chopping it up with the family. It's a real therapeutic show. Show, Blue.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And in alignment, I've been speaking to this most of the day, running into millennials, if you will, Gen Zs, and speaking enthusiasm, speaking, from our perspective in terms of somebody who's gotten up, fallen down. Once again, speaking to them about the benefits of staying down till you come up. So yeah, I would love to speak to people that need some reaffirming, about what that's about.
Indeed. Let's get to let me see who we got here. We got Vincent. Vincent, what's going on, brother?
Hey man, respect y'all.
Hold up, Vincent. Burner, I gotta get rid of you in the back to make room for other people, Burner. So once you leave the stage, I gotta make room. I got it. I'm sorry, Vincent. Go ahead, my brother.
Man, peace to the God. Salute. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Of course we can. Peace, God.
Yes, sir. I'm in Dallas, Texas, man. I've been watching y'all for a long time.
Dope.
I respect. Red, Blue. I'm a student of Bobby. Rich, I love your work. Appreciate everything y'all been doing for real. I never came on here, but I watch y'all all the time. This is kind of crazy. But I wanted to, on the topic you talking about though.
Yeah.
I'm actually want to come from the other perspective where I'm talking about bringing heaven on earth.
Okay.
I'm not having I understand everybody, a lot of people going through different things, but I got a pregnant wife, I got a 3-year-old, beautiful house, career and things like that, spiritually tapped in and tapped in, so I'm showing the other side of it where, no, I don't dislike being here. I know that it's light and dark and things like that, but like you say, focusing on the light, I'm experiencing more light.
So I want to speak to that. I want to drill into that. You have a lot of obligations, so it seems like you've left yourself no other choice but to be unapologetically optimistic.
That's where I'm at.
So can you speak to the fact that when you see those children, like what reaffirms in you your willingness to go harder, to hold on, to not see any doom, but only the bloom in their eyes? Can you speak to that?
Because I gotta have it. I'm seizing it right now. A lot of people talk about the kids being the future, but who's gonna pour into the kids so they understand that they are that? So yes. I'm letting my daughter know and things like that. Like, no, we are it right now. The Christ consciousness you're talking about, yeah, I'm tapping into all of that. Like, when I look into their eyes, not only is it promise, but I'm knowing that I'm also a guiding light for that.
That's right.
I'm guiding that.
So, right. So that makes you stake yourself in the present and you project yourself in the future because you see yourself guiding these seeds through the process of leading, but also learning, right? And I'm just tapping into the frequency to see that what's going on.
Feel me, Blue? You feel me? Feel me? You feel me? Yes, sir.
Man,
I want to ask you though, for someone who does not have that level of enthusiasm and a daily reminder about the importance of staking yourself in the future, how can you bottle your enthusiasm up? If you could put it in a pill and push that P to somebody that needs to hear that reassurance, how would you do that?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's a hell of a question, Blue.
That's a hell of a question, Eddie.
Yeah.
I will bottle that up. I will bottle it up with being intentionally positive. Latest book I read is Attitude is Everything. So being very clear and aware of your intentions, your attitude, your mood, and then knowing how to counter. I will bottle it up like that, like being very optimistic, like you said. One of my favorite songs right now is The Optimistic by Sounds of Blackness. I play that in the morning. I tap into certain I tap into certain frequencies early in the morning, and it just gets you in a mode.
Hey, let me ask Vincent. When was the last time you cursed somebody out?
Ooh, last time I cursed somebody out. Shoot. Damn.
Long time?
I mean, that I actually meant it.
Yeah, like you meant it, like motherfucker. Like, has anybody
My partner.
taken you? Yeah,
One of my brothers. I consider him a brother, but he was
yeah.
kind of practicing some victimhood. So he was kind of like using me on some scapegoat type situation. I don't want to get too detailed, but when others' life isn't going how they want it to go, they can kind of use you sometime as a scapegoat. And I had to check them quick. Like, whoa, we not playing like that. Like, no. That was the last time I actually cussed somebody. Like, we talk like brothers.
Yeah. No, I asked you because you seem like you know how to keep your cool and you don't let things knock you off your square. So I'm like, let me ask this brother, if you know.
Hey man, I've been studying you brothers. I'll salute real talk, like meditation, Dr. Be Serious. Like I'm on all that. I've been watching you. I'm 34 right now. I probably been watching the show since Underground Railroad, since about 25 maybe. And so I gotta tell you. So, and I work in customer service. I work in customer service. That's a little background. So I have become
you trained up to be cordial. I'm looking at you right now, and I see what we call the cloak. It's the aura of invincibility. That you've poured so much positivity into your heart and reinforced it because you have seeds. So every day they're reaffirming. You got this layer on you that BS bounces off. You got like Gore-Tex for BS. It just.
Hey, that's crazy. You talked about being close.
I see it on you. And that's why I say, with somebody with that level of enthusiasm that might take it for granted, you got something that the whole world needs right now, and that's hope. And not a false sense of it either, but a level of hope that is tethered in your responsibility, where you have not allowed yourself any other option but to see the positive future with them seeds that you have given birth to are flourishing and beautiful. And I've encountered a lot of people from Dallas, Texas that have these positive outlooks. Like I've never met nobody from Dallas that was on the struggle side of things. Y'all deal with a level of abundance because it's a big state, and y'all think big, and y'all move, and it's like when I went to Dallas on the Keys tour, everybody was clean. The energy was clean out there.
Yes.
I think you told me that, Blue. You told me that.
Dallas was different.
You know how Texas feels anyway. Texas.
It smelled like money.
Yes. And we understand that what you give out, that energy that you project, is definitely coming back. It's an understanding, man.
Bro, I went to the club. The bottle girls was wild polite. No pun intended. It was a beautiful scenario.
Southern hospitality, bro.
And they were catering to their regional artists. The regional artists won. They play. I don't remember homie's name, but they played his whole album in the club. And they hold their artists up like they the ones. You got to come through the city and see their artists first. So I think, I would recommend that, man, that we need to do something at some point in Texas so the community can see the enthusiasm of people that don't deal with struggle in the movement. What an abundant mindset looks like when those people is moving with no limit and getting things done. Because remember, I was talking to you about the flora and the fauna, Brother Rich, on the show. We were speaking about Louisiana. Texas has that flora and fauna that's very wild growing. So my observation with that tells me, because I go around different places and see how my DNA responds to the flora and the fauna. And in Texas, because it's near the Gulf and all of that, the magnetism is super strong. So if you tap into that grid, you could. That's why there's oil magnets and billionaires and everything out there, because that grid is fertile for manifestation. And the fauna shows you that the electricity in the air is static like that because of how you can see the plants forming. You could tap into that same level. So that level of enthusiasm that they express out there, we need to go and bottle some of that up, because our people gonna need. And I'm telling you, I hope I'm not holding you too long, but I just caught on to the latest trend, bro. Radio Rich, like this. you tap in and you pull in frequencies and the things that you do, and we're not glazing. I'm speaking it like I know it, because I'll do a show that showed you a flyer from 10 years ago. We just happened to do a show that same day. So I already know the radio rich shit is real. You receive transmissions timely fashion. Yes. Yo, when we did that Black Cowboy show, nothing was showing us that there was going to be a breakout square line craze across the country where these melanated sisters is doing them line dances.
Get down.
With that, bro, that's the biggest thing ever right now.
Boots on the ground. They get down.
Boots on the ground. How did we know to give them the history lesson? And now our melanated people claim we the Cowboys and the Indians back. We took all that shit back.
Step right into our power. It was already
all of that. That's us.
That is us. Step right in.
Us. You can't go to them shows and see them sisters line dancing in front of them at all because Becky and them can't hit them grooves.
It's almost
they taking TikTok lessons right now to try to figure the swang out. We got the natural swang.
Yep.
It's that same energy, Rich, you was talking about yesterday with Billy taking it to the pyramids. Just that high frequency.
Yeah.
It's unmatched. Like, I'm on. I watch everything. Yeah. So
hey Vincent, we gonna get to the next call, man. But I appreciate you and your vibe and your energy, man.
No doubt, man. Brother. I want to show the other side of it. Let's give it perspective. You know,
that's right.
Yeah, love. Appreciate y'all. Peace, God.
Peace, my brother. Peace, my brother. Yeah, the brother, great example, brother, bringing high vibes.
If the power of positive thinking was a person, it would be Vincent, man. So shout out to Vincent for personifying lessons.
Indeed. Let's keep this thing moving. We got Letitia, I think, back on. Letitia, what's going on? You're back.
What's up? What's up, Blue?
Peace, Letitia.
How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm good. You probably don't remember me from Leimert Park. I was the drummer in the park on Crenshaw.
So
you remember me?
Yeah, I was daydreaming today earlier about Crenshaw, and I was like, I don't really think people know the type of work that I put in when I lived out there. You know, I was hands-on in the community every Sunday, Leimert Park, drum circle, organizing, you know what I'm saying, putting on for that community. I was really, I love Los Angeles. I love LA.
I love it too.
I miss it. So salute to you and honest for your dedication, because that drum circle is spiritual. You got to be fortified, because I ain't telling you, right? Them spirits move through that circle and they'll jump in people. And
yes,
you got to be so.
And see, that's that light and dark.
Huh?
That's the light and the dark. Remember, we was talking about that, Brother Rich. You got to be able to dip in and dip out.
It'll show up at that drum circle.
Yes.
The dark is gonna show up and look to be entertained. And if anybody's entertaining it, they're gonna ruin the event for everybody. Because then all the other spirit dark homies. So in the midst, you in the midst of darkness, representing a pocket of light, and that attracts all of the darkness. But then you get an opportunity to see light triumph dark if people are able to hold the line and not allow the spirit that's jumping to wheel them out. And you can, and this is the stuff that we're seeing at this drummer circle every week.
Yeah. So I'm not in Leimert no more. I moved to Missouri. So I'm in a whole nother realm. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. So I'm in the darkness now. I don't have none of them vibrations. I have to hold my own vibration here by myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the trenches now.
Yeah,
in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I found a family, but I haven't tapped in yet. So it's a lot of Caucasoids out here playing the djembes. They out here doing they got their own circle going on out here. And I can't be a part of it unless I started it. I don't, I'm not prejudiced. I love everybody, but I can't be a part of that vibration
That's
unless
not
I'm
their
part
thing.
of it.
Yeah, that's not their thing. They shouldn't be taking the charge in that. But they've attempted it. I seen it in Miami. I saw it in New York. I saw it, almost everywhere. And then they tried it when we was at Lemerck, but they got shut down.
Yeah.
So, just hold
They
the
still
memory
up
with
there
you. If
though.
anything else, you know what I'm saying? Try to ground into the resonance and just remind yourself, close your eyes and remember Sundays.
So I
That's
still,
the beauty of these memories and these moments. You can take them with you wherever you go. But I
Oh yeah,
appreciate you.
indeed. Any question before you get out of here, Letitia, for Blue?
I just got my djembe right here. This is vibration. This is light right here.
There you
The
go.
sound, you can't see it, but you can hear it and feel it. And sound is light.
That's right. It's the heartbeat.
So
So those children that I hear in the
this is my
background,
light here.
that's
This
your
is where
tribe
I
right
see.
there.
That's it. And it still has the vibration of Leimert Park. I got my Doon Dunes
There
here
you
too.
go.
So
There
I
you
keep
go.
my light here. I'm out here drumming by myself, but
You're
it's a
not by
vibration.
yourself. Keep drumming, and the ancestors you're gonna magnetize to you what you need. Be intentional when you drum, and then put that frequency out. You need an arc. Drum near there, and put the calling out. Trust me, it'll respond, and we trust and know that you're gonna do that, and develop your own circle out there. So,
Hey, Letitia, let me ask you a question, Letitia, because you said this a couple of times that you're out there alone. How has your experience on this realm been attracting a mate on your vibration?
I'm by myself. I've been by myself the whole time. I got a couple of kids, but they fathers have not been participants. My youngest son's father is serving 10 years in jail right now. So I've been on this mission by myself. That's why I told you that I've experienced a lot of darkness, but I'm a good-hearted person. So I know that those frequencies come and go, but I have to keep my heart and keep my light. And I draw light wherever I go. People tell me, I'm like, you're like a pillar of light, Tish, And I notice it because when I come into like I said, I'm not from here. But a lot of these people out here, they seem like they are inferior to the white people. I don't carry myself like that because I'm not from here. So a lot of the people, they scared to say, well, they prejudice, or I'm not scared to say that, but they don't treat me like that because I don't carry myself like that. So when I come into places, I'm, like he said, customer service. I come, hey, how you do? Everybody knows me out here. Wherever I go, they know, hey, Tish, they love to see me come.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you another question. Have you been able to attract female friends, companions in this realm, like a good amount of?
I don't really have a lot of I have a lot of male friends. The drum circle, most of the drummers were men. The dancers was women. I'm a drummer. You see what I was in classes, I'll be the only girl in there. That's just my energy. I get down with men. I always have. I'm not a stud or anything like that, but
that's a
my
company piece.
companions I have more male companions than I do female companions.
Right.
I just do. I always have.
Okay. Did you ever think it was something you're doing wrong for in this realm to have the certain experiences that you're having? Did you ever like take ability of some things and say I could have did this right or I could have did that right? Or do you think it's just been
I actually think I'm doing everything right. I just think that I have to do the things by myself. I think that God is setting me up to do things by myself because I don't even have no family members out here. I've been solo my whole life. My mother moved to Texas when I was 17 years old. So I've been on my own. No family. I was supposed to move to Texas, but I ended up moving out here with my son. So
You, and I want to tell you that, the only way that we receive is if our hands are open. You know what I'm saying? So I just really want you to, if you could tweak anything about your mental attitude towards it, you know what I mean? Be like, I'm ready to receive whatever is there for me. At least my hands is open to receive. I don't want you to move through this thing like your hands is closed. Because when we feel like we by ourselves or we only by ourselves or we got to do it by ourselves, we all fish because you know we got to thump. We got to. That shit requires a different type of stance to put things down in life. But I think you got to put something down, pick something up, and if you open up your hands and are willing and allowing yourself to receive a level of companionship. You feel me? I think that
Mhm.
that possibility is always there for you, but it's an attitude
Indeed.
as well.
Well, I'm in Snow Bunny land.
Again,
They like they like white girls
I
out
didn't ask
here.
you to
All of
come
the
up.
all
I
of the
didn't ask.
brothers, they like white girls out
I did
here.
not ask you to come up with the answers for how it's gonna happen. See, this is the problem because you have already created scenarios in your mind why you cut yourself off from the process of receiving.
I'm
I didn't
glad you caught that,
ask
Blue.
you
That's
I didn't ask you to ask how it's gonna happen. The minute that
You
you
just
allow
said
it
open
to
my
happen,
hands and let
you
it
have
happen.
no idea where the shit is coming from. That's the beauty of it, right? But don't play blocks for
Right.
your own self based on what you see, because the things that are for you, you can't see them right now, and they probably can't see you because you bottled up.
And I'm doing this.
Close fist, bottled up. Yeah,
I gotta
right.
do this.
open your hands to receive.
There
You
you
feel me?
go. Hey, Letitia, I appreciate you calling in, sis.
All right. I'm gonna
Any,
see
any,
you again.
any message you want to leave the people before we move on, Letitia?
I just want everybody to move in love. The spirit of love. If we can come together in the spirit of love, everything is gonna be all right.
Indeed. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
We're gonna keep this thing going. All right, Blue. Let's yeah, I see the chat is moving. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, Blue, this topic right here, it's something that needs to be, we need to talk to the family.
Oh,
And and I like
love
things
when
you
you
were
do this,
saying.
though.
Yeah.
It's so needed and necessary to hear people out. I mean, I told you my superpower is listening, and
Mm,
have a relationship and trust with my big homie higher spirit that
mm,
I listen, it tells me what I'm listening to. And that's the advice that I approach from. And 9 out of 10 times is sound advice because I'm
right.
receiving from a place of trust and my being in my authenticity. So yeah, I love doing this. You know what I mean?
Indeed. All right. Let me get to the next call. Hold up. We got how do you say your name, sis?
Well, it's my business name is Sequoia.
Sequoia.
Sequoia. Okay, all
Sequoia.
right. And what's your name?
My name is Salika.
Salika?
Salika?
Salika, yes.
That's beautiful.
Okay, all right. What's on your mind, Salika? What's on your mind?
Well, I mean, you asked a question about, us not liking this time, this era that we in. I
Yeah.
actually think it's a beautiful time because I think
Okay.
that a shift has to be made. And I
Mm-hmm.
liken it to, let's say you want to change your living room around. You got to
Mhm.
move
Mm-hmm.
the furniture around before you get it into the place where it needs to be.
That's
My
right.
perspective is everybody, let's say you have a family of 8 moving the furniture around. Not one
Mm-hmm.
person can move it around they can, but it's more difficult. Everybody has to do their part. Let's say a child can
Mm-hmm.
only lift up a chair. Someone can lift up the other end of the sofa, and you do it together until you get it in place. I personally think, because I've been on this spiritual path most of my life, I was raised in this. So everything that's going on, I was already exposed to a lot of it, and I'm still learning because you can never know it all. But when you think of this society that we're living in, my perspective is it's very masculine. There's too much masculine energy. Not that I want to get rid of it. We need a balance. And I see a lot of men on here giving out a lot of knowledge, and it's beautiful. But the other side of that, I see Queen Afua, a few of us out there doing the work. But if we come together, yeah, because we're on the same page, a lot of us who are spiritual, we're on the same page. And if we come together and have that balance, I think Dick Gregory said it best. He said, until the woman is put back in the forefront accordingly, the world would stand at large. And so many of us are drowned out. The women are drowned out because it's so patriarchal. Not intentional, it's just what it is. And I think that having this experience and seeing the shift being made and made correctly, we can get things back in place. I had a download in my meditation because I meditate every day. And the download was the only important moment is right now. Because every time you think of your past, you're bringing up that same vibration and energy, and the universe is going to give you more of that. Now, unless you can think of your past or whoever hurt you or however you were hurt, and you're not in pain anymore, that's how you know you're healed. When you think of your future, it is really the moment that you could think about right at this moment. You're going to meet it again. That energy is out there for you to bring it into manifestation. But you want to keep your vibration high. So the very moment that we're having right now, when that young lady was on, that was that moment. We're in this moment right now because everything changes, the vibration changes. Everything is in the air. I used to lay in bed at night and see mathematical equations in the air.
Me too.
I would see that. I'm not good at math. I wish I was, but it's there. So everything that we have thought about, everything, the phone, the glasses, the gel, the water to drink, it was already a thought, either in the universe's mind or in our mind to create. We are creators. So let's create a better, whatever's coming, whatever we want, because what we can decide that, what we want for the future, but we have to think it. If we're so focused on what we don't like, we're going to see more of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the algorithm with the phone. I think an African man created the algorithm for the
Oibo.
Exactly. So we create this algorithm for ourselves and we keep seeing the same thing. I'm in a situation where I realize you never know where you're going to be in life. And I never thought the situation I'm in right now I would ever be in. I won't say it's not the greatest. I asked for it years ago, and I did not know what it looked like this. But I learned to appreciate the space that I'm in so that I'm like, hey, I got all this space I'm in. Ain't much of it, but I can think what I want and create something new because at my very best thought got me here. I can think something and be conscious of what I'm thinking, not subconsciously going haphazardly about certain things.
That's right.
Yes, I have my moments and stuff, but I can change that. It's like my father used to say, if you think a pig is unclean and stuff, if you clean it up and kosher it up, you can eat it. Any space that you're in, you can clean, which it starts here, the mind. It starts in the heart because the heart is that first brain. I had a situation where I don't know if anybody might know. Years ago, John Quinones was on 2020, and there was a woman named by the name of Amma, and her gift was hugging people.
Yes.
And she hugged people where you felt this love, and he said that he got his, hug, and it felt like being hugged by 1,000 grandmothers.
Yes.
And I had an experience last year, March 2nd, where I was watching this man, Shaman Derek, online.
Familiar with him.
I had this download, I don't know, of this white light coming into the right side of my brain because it's the spiritual side into my heart. It was so powerful I could barely speak. And every time I speak about it, I just fill up. But fast forward to July of last year, end of July, I had asked Spirit to show me how to give this love because it was so, I just can't, I have no words for it. And then 3 days later, I saw that Amma was going to be at the Jacob Javits Center. And I had wanted to see her when I saw John Q 17 years ago. And I had the experience of going there for 3 days. The third day, I think we were up. This Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We were up all day Wednesday. There was a host of people into Thursday morning, and I left. I fell asleep like Thursday evening. Up all night, nobody was tired. Dougie Fresh showed up. He sang his song. Everybody was just so filled, and you could actually feel this love. Fast forward to moving into my meditation every day from where I came from there. Um, I'm just open to seeing the shift that's going to be made for the next generation. This is why I put my business out there on Instagram. I would love to see the 20 and 30-year-olds to get to this point where we are as adults. Imagine if they do the work now, what's going to be coming within 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Right.
And it's all about the vibration. So you're going to see the bad. It's always there. We made it this far. We'll get through the next couple of years, you know?
So did you get the hug from Mama?
What? Yes.
There you got
Whoa,
it. Okay.
whoa. It was so.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to see her, I don't know if she's coming in this
Yeah,
last
it's been highly recommended.
Last year was the first time coming in since COVID. So if you can get the chance to see her, Jacob Javis, 3 days event. If it's your first time, she doesn't allow you to get the hug the second day. But the third day, you can get your hug. And I could think she gave you a mantra if you want. Well, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Hey, sis, before we move on, could you give me, because you was talking about the feminine energy earlier, give me about 5 sisters out there that you think are doing their thing on YouTube. So I want to see if I've had them on my channel now. Give me about 5.
Well, I believe you have.
Huh?
Queen Afua.
Yeah, I have Queen, yeah.
I'm not good with names, but I know the young lady that she does the very beautiful young lady, and she does the I think she was speaking a different language. She had got started with her
Erin Lyons.
Excuse me?
Erin Lyons, the young lady that speaks with her hands.
Light language. She do the light language.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw her. There's a few more. I don't know about 5. I think there's Queen of Fool. Who's the other one? I think Hank always has her on. I can't think of them right now. Please forgive me because I did have a concussion 2 years ago, so my short-term memory is not there. I recognize faces.
I don't even think that it's as much as that. You know, as much as I've heard you. I heard what you said, and that sentiment has been echoed maybe every year that I've been in the community, and there's always opportunities that are given, you know, to the divine feminine to speak on behalf of the divine feminine, and a lot of them shirk from these platforms, they shirk from the light, and understandably so. You know, initially when we were opening the doors, they were getting attacked. They felt unprotected, even though we were there for them, right, Rich? Especially in New York areas, throwing blocks and doing a lot to make sure that they would at least feel safe enough to be heard. And
you're absolutely right.
They just have not really risen to the invite, you know what I'm saying, to put a stamp on it where we can close our eyes and come up with 5 people because they're out there. I mean, the social media range of the domain is open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they can tap in and put in the work and cohesively put in the work. And it has become more of a sisterhood thing rather than a cohesive familyhood thing. You know, when we're supposed to be exemplifying what it looks like. Because I was going to ask you, in your mind, what does it look like? Us honoring more of the divine feminine or us getting together to work? Like, if you had a snapshot of what that looked like, what would it look like? A new vision. You know what I'm saying? If there's something that we're supposed to be manifesting that we haven't seen yet, let's speak it into existence. What does that look like?
I think it'll be looking like a full circle of energy, a full circle of cohesiveness, where there's it's like the yin and yang being balanced out. I think that we bring the same information, but in a different form. It's like, you know, you'll bring a cup of juice in a mug and somebody brings it in a glass. You know, it's still the same information,
right?
But it's how people can digest it a little easier, or understanding from a woman's perspective and a male's perspective. Maybe we could have more men and female on the same video, giving information like you did, Rich, when you were down there in Atlanta.
The
And you
Gathering of the
had men and
Masters.
women.
Yeah, the Gathering of the Masters. Yeah.
Yeah. I think more of that would look, as opposed to, not everybody can get on a video at the same time, but I think men and women together, coming together, bringing the group together, people together, because everybody is interested in it and everybody has a gift and many gifts. I mean, I know I have several that I do that I'm capable of doing, and I've been doing this for years, and I was doing it for free, and it's like, it's time for me to get out there. Last year I was told to, do the video. I'm shy with this and that. I have to put that aside because the desire to get the information out, it's like, what's the use of having it and keeping it to yourself? What's the use of having gifts and you say, oh, I can do this and do that? It's not about the ego. It's about us getting to that next, where this shift in the universe can be changed, and we see it.
We definitely want to say thank you for bringing the balance and energy to the platform this evening, and speaking so eloquently about your experiences. And you really made an arm a hug, as a token. Like, you sure you got an arm a hug? You need one of them buttons. That's an infinity stone.
Yeah. If you can get that hug from her, oh my God, life changing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate you calling in. Great conversation.
Up to you in all languages.
Yes, indeed. Peace. All right, wonderful sister there. Yo, Blue, you know what I want to say? I heard somebody had put up an Instagram. I don't know if it was B-Dell or somebody had put up a post talking about chosen ones, and somebody had said, commented and said, yeah, I'm a chosen one. That's why I ain't got nobody. And I said to myself, I said, damn, I don't want this idea of a chosen one to be the new poor righteous teachers, where your life has to be bad, or you have to suffer, or you have to experience all these hardships because you're a quote unquote chosen one. Just because you're a chosen one, Blue, I'm like, yo, that don't mean you got to be lonely. Like, where's I didn't get the memo that if you're a chosen one, that means you got to be lonely. I didn't get that memo. And I know damn well I'm chosen. You know what I'm saying?
It's reinforcement, because we are different types, right? You have extroverts, introverts, and ambiverts. And not everybody is magnetized to a crowd and community. Some people are so internalized, they're in the dialogue or their assignment about, I see the world and nobody sees it the way that I do. That some of them people, you do got to let them be by themselves, because then there's a borderline narcissism involved, where they gonna send Kanye, where he think he the one, and you see how he behaves with the rest of the world that's not willing to bend to his will, because he forcefully feels that way about his vision and his permanence in the place of where he represents in his paradigm. And I get it. So yeah, sometimes you do have to let people work their things, because everyone is not for everyone, and they have to integrate. Like, the reason that I speak about the one in this relationship to 144, because it's 144,000. The one has to understand the relationship to the body, which is the 44, right? And you got to integrate that, then you become the 144. That one does not stand alone. And we moved out of that paradigm where we're waiting for a singular one. That one has to be a body that represents part of ourselves, what the oneness represents. You know what I'm saying? But that takes a lot of discipline for somebody to come to that understanding.
Indeed. Wise words. Let's move on. Let's get my brother David in the building. Dave, what's good, my brother? What is good?
What up with you, bro?
Peace,
What
Dave.
up, Rich and Blue? Hope y'all doing all right.
Yes. What's on your mind today, Dave?
Nah, man, I wanna just get your take and chew on something, man. Cause I mean, this perfect. Y'all talking about this tonight, because I've been kind of working on something. How would y'all suggest someone that has so let me preface this. I've been thinking about and kind of just came to me. Just I want to create a guide, a framework to help people dealing with any kind of like spiritual gifts, like anything from. And I say this not in just, but anybody dealing with like schizophrenia, ADHD, seeing spirits, hearing things, or anything, any kind of spiritual gift that you want to claim, or anything that we call weird. I want to help them harmonize balance and how to use that in this 3D realm. Because no matter what you do, no matter what you say you are, you still have to be human and you still have to be in the realm if you're still here. So
Right.
regardless of what you say, you still have to be here. So if you work at McDonald's, if you work on Wall Street, if you work at a corporate job or warehouse, how do you balance all that you are with your gifts and your specialities and everything that you do? What is the thing that you can do to help harmonize, balance those gifts to better help you? Because it's one supposed to help you first. And then whenever you're ready, you can share with the others. Or if you don't feel like you want to me, in my opinion, if you don't want to share with the others, you don't have to. And that's okay too. That's just
Mhm.
my opinion. So I kind of got like a framework, like a 10-step kind of thing. But I just want to get y'all's take on it. Because to me, the first level of it is self-love and self-trust. Because if you can't trust yourself, the information that you're receiving, you can't trust it to use it because you don't even believe it that is even for you. So that's my first step is self-trust, love, and appreciation for yourself. And then you're able to tune in, get the information, hear it, receive it, and now you can put it into play in real life because you one trust yourself, and now you're able to do the things that you need to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Indeed. How does one know if they love themselves or not? What would be a good test to know if you love yourself or not?
To me, I think that's dealing with past traumas, current traumas, and different things that you've been through, understanding where you at the present moment. Like everybody always talk about, like even Dr. B says, to now. Everything is now. So where are you at with yourself now? Do you love yourself now? Do you appreciate yourself now? Do you love and do you understand that everything that you've been through has helped you get to this point now because you are still here at this very now moment? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're able to understand that, okay, I did have a traumatic past, no matter what your past is. Now, how do I alchemize that, import it to where I'm at now, understand the love and appreciation I have for myself, and then be able to move forward with, because that's, I don't care what you say. I think the more you've been through, the more powerful you are. Not saying
Mm.
you're not powerful if you didn't been through stuff, but the more you survive, the more powerful you are. And we just haven't been told that. We haven't been able to even understand that curriculum in our head. Like that stuff happened. And in my opinion, we chose to make it happen because we are whatever key, whatever we're trying to unlock, not even for ourselves, but it starts with ourselves. Because once we understand who we are and how we are, then we're able to cultivate. Because everything should move seamless and perfect for us. We should believe that for ourselves. We should believe that for ourselves. Because once you start believing that for yourself, then you get these little synchronicities that start happening for you. And then you're like, oh, that happened for me. Okay, boom. But it's supposed to happen for you because you were you. No matter what you say, no matter what you've been through, whenever you understand that you are light, love, happiness, peace, and joy, and when you're in a place of that, just expecting that no matter what. I don't care if the sun fell out the sky right now, you still know that, okay, boom, no matter what happens, I'm still going to be in the place of I'm going to make it through. Things always work out for me no matter what.
Right. What have you been? Let's talk about trauma real quick, and I don't want to keep
Hmm.
it too.
No, you
All
good.
right, because you talked about going through hardships and that making you great. What have you been through in your life? And this is for you and Blue, and we don't have to be long-winded. I'm gonna give a quick example too. What have you been through in your life that was extremely traumatic that you feel as though has helped your character or helped you be the person you are? And I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna start out. Seeing my mother die. My mother had kidney failure, and she died, and I watched her suffer for years. And I even, I remember going to the hospital and I had to identify the body and all that. It was a real traumatic experience that I went through with it, dealing with my mom and going through that. I remember the very next week, I was working in New York and Sarnetta had told me, I was street vending outside and Sarnetta was like, yo, you you got to get back to work, right? You still got to make that money, right? And I was like, damn. In my mind, I was like, I'm glad that I got people around me to let me know that the world just keeps moving. Like, I have to mourn, but I understand. I had to understand that the world's going to keep going. The world's not going to slow down, regardless of what I go through in life. And just going through that and hearing him say that to me, the way I move in life after that, I'm not really. I've been through so much that nothing scares me. So I'm able to do things and shoot. Imagine things that the average person wouldn't dare think of because I done been through some shit. And I'm like Trump said, what else do you have to lose? Nigga, what else do I have to lose? Nigga, I lost my mama, nigga. Ain't nothing else left to lose, nigga. I might as well shoot for the stars. I might as well think the most magnificent shit that's out there to think. What else is there to lose in this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Blue. I'll let Blue go to Dave. Blue, you hear me?
Traumatic experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Man, I've optimized all my traumas. Let me go back. My catalyst
if you don't want to share it,
was always no. My catalyst for consciousness was always the cases that I caught in 2001 when I was transitioning out of the street, and I had to get in the courtrooms and put all of this information to test, and there was nothing more terrifying than that experience, and having to overcome that level of fear. That was the thing that confirmed to me that I can go and battle any dragon in any arena, especially when I came back with the head of a dragon. Then I was super stoked and hyped because then I was able to concentrate in my own mind that this was truth. And then I opened up a faculty of trust. You know what I'm saying? I created a trust department in my head and my heart that says you can hear a lot of things that are not popular and unfamiliar. You got to figure out a way to discern them, because in this journey, you're not going to be able to. We had Google then, but it's like this information is not going to be Googleable, and you're going to have to verify it on the fly. So my traumatic experience, knowing that one mistake cost me my head, some Highlander-ish, it made me extra Virgo, super analytical about the details. I can't afford to slip up because I'm walking a tightrope. I'm going on 30 years now. So
that's
about it.
Excellent.
That's what's up. That's what's
Go ahead,
up.
Dave. Go ahead,
And then
Dave.
for me, yo, like even in like my early to mid 20s, man, like I was just going through a lot, you know what I'm saying? Not really having a stable place to stay. Then my pops died in like in '07, and been in a place where I really didn't even want to be here. But I kept hearing this like whisper, like, yo, just keep the course, keep the course. Doing my meditation maybe about 6 months ago, I realized that all the stuff I was going through then, like, not being at a stable place, kind of like really homeless and kind of just wanted to check out. But the person I am now was the person that was reaching back and telling myself, keep going.
Woo.
So that's what exactly. So the only reason why I'm here is because of who I am today. Today. I can honestly say the prayers I was praying then is the answer that I'm literally living right now.
Excellent. Hey,
And
Dave, man.
that's dope.
Yeah.
And we got 2 minutes, Rich.
Yeah, you got Blue.
Because you just reminded me of something, a current experience that I had, and it was last year. It wasn't this time. Whenever Rich announced that he was going to do the Gathering of the Masters, and I got given the job to cook the food, to chef, and I didn't have the energy in my body, my hot, that spirit, that voice you talking about. That You gotta, they like, nigga, catch up with me. I ain't gonna catch up with you. I'm up here. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not at my altitude. So you got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of dreams. You got a lot of ideas. Your mouth is writing checks that your butt can't cash,
Right.
because I know what your butt is capable of, because nigga, I'm the shortest in it. I'm the lactic acid. I'm the shit that represents the resistance, and you ain't working it.
Right.
So I don't believe you. You need more people. Then your body start working against you. You start looking crazy in public, because that's when you start tripping on your own tail and all of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. And so that's the first faculty. If you're not keeping it real with yourself will attack you. I think that's the reason that we see an uptick in autoimmune issues in this country, especially
Right.
amongst melanated people, because they're not keeping it real
Right.
with themselves. They've been
Mm-hmm.
exposed to truths. They went back to the lies and the falsehoods, and they talk about, yeah, I'm gonna drop this flag because, you know what I'm saying? I seen this vegan eating in McDonald's, so therefore I'm gonna abandon my journey on my road and relapse and fall back because I knew it wasn't real to begin with. This wasn't about them.
Right. Right.
This
Exactly.
was about you.
That's right.
And
Always.
then you fall back, and then now they got you in the grips, in the grip hole, and it's working for you, and you wondering why, playing victim. So I don't know what your exact question was, but I do want to say this in conjunction of what you were speaking about. My first, when I do my consultations and I'm going to break through the solitude of victimhood that people put themselves in, I play the victim of volunteer game with them first. And once I show them through masterful 5D chess that if you are who you say you are, you contracted for this,
Right.
right? If you on a spiritual path, my nigga, you agree that you chose them parents, you
Mm-hmm.
chose this life, you beat out 1 trillion cells to come down here and play the fucking victim.
Nah.
I'm about to whoop your ass. And that attitude snaps you out of it real quick. And then you start seeing, and then there's a process I use called, licensing or leasing. When you take your power back by forgiving yourself first, and then you forgive them. What do you forgive yourself for? Yo, your quest in this life is to man know thyself. How I'm mad at you if you don't know me and I don't know myself yet.
Right.
You got me effed up, but so do I. I got myself effed up because I'm living this whole life and I don't know myself yet. Because if I knew myself, I wouldn't have made the mistake of giving you the access to me to put me in a predicament where now I can play the victim, knowing damn well on some vampire-ish, you would not have got the access if I invite you in. Because you can't come past the threshold of this door without the invite. It's you doing this. Stop playing the fucking victim. And you the volunteer. You wanted to sample it, and now you sour. Come on, man.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Dave, man, I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing, if you don't mind, bro.
Yeah,
It's just this technique, and it may not be new to anybody else, but it's new to me. Just kind of what I've been doing, just in my meditation, man. Because it's good to do like mirror work. Like when you're looking in the mirror, you're talking to yourself, and I ams or whatever you're saying. But to me, the next level of that is when you're in meditation and you see your actual higher self outside of you, and your higher self imparting into you. To me, that's the next level of that mirror work. Because it's one thing to see yourself in your reflection, but it's one thing without seeing a reflection and how you really visually view yourself.
Yeah, the
And
real
that,
you.
and right. So I just want to leave the people with that.
Indeed. Appreciate that, Dave.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all take care, bro. Love y'all, bro.
All right, my brother. Peace. All right, peace to my brother Dave. He be at the events. He shows support. Bright, brilliant brother right there. Make sure you support him. I know he got a lot of stuff coming up that he's working on. So when you do develop what you do, when you do put that together, Dave, let me know. And I'm definitely going to help you promote what you got going on. We're going to get to some feminine energy. We got Catrice. Catrice. Oh, what's going on, Catrice?
Hey. Hi.
All right. What's on your mind, Catrice?
Well, first I want to say thank you. I've been listening to you brothers for a while.
Well, before you say something, Catrice, do you love this? Are you happy with this realm, Catrice, or are you unhappy with this realm, Catrice? Let me start like that.
Well, it went up and down. And right now I'm extremely happy, and I am definitely trying to hold that field.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
It's all about holding the vibration,
Let's talk about
because again, we live in a realm of everything, right?
the
So
dynamic field. It comes and it goes.
right, so it's your choice. And so I am definitely grasping on to like what I know is real, right? And so I come to you, brothers, for correction, because I know that feminine energy is chaos energy, and I went through a lot. I'm 43, and I have 4 boys right now, right? And I graduated in 2000. I went to Howard University for about a year, and it just was wild being a pretty girl, like just vibrant light energy. And like in hindsight, I realized that there was a lot of vultures, a lot of like people trying to just grasp onto my energy, and I let them because I didn't know myself, right? And so now that I understand, because I was questioning, like, why can't I like do the things that I want to do? What is going on here? And I realized that I just wasn't paying attention. And so when you delve into the spiritual aspect of life, that's when you realize, like, okay, there's something else going on here. It's not just surface, so at this point, I'm extremely happy because I realize that all things are working for my good. I grew up Christian. I grew up in the church. So that was a great foundation for me. And then when I realized that maybe relying on Jesus wasn't the only way, but Jesus was like my brother instead of like someone I needed to pray to, because that was outside of myself.
Mhm.
It was it was a wrap from there. And I've been on this journey, and life is beautiful. It's like it's a gift, and I am enjoying this. A star seed. I'm beyond a star seed. If there's anything above a star seed, that's what I am, right? And so what I know is that all things happen for a reason. I went through everything I went through for a reason. And so now it's up to me to use that and alchemize that energy to move on, and to tell my testimony, and to use this life as a game. Everything was a choice, and so people, they talk about Kanye and what he said, that slavery was a choice. Well, if you read this book here, it says it: finite and infinite games. So that's why I didn't fault the brother, because I realized that everything is a choice, whether you realize it or not, whether you're aware of it or not. It is a choice. So here you go: finite and infinite games, a vision of life as play and possibility. And it's taken me a minute to get through this book. I still haven't finished it. I've had it for a while. And yeah, it says it right in this book: slavery is a choice. And even though we're not in physical chains, it is a mental slavery. It really is. That's what it is, because I have everything I need. I grew up every winter, every Christmas, getting a bike and a fur coat, living in Connecticut, Bridgeport. What? I am the all-American girl. I am the true American indigenous mama. Like, it's not a game. Like, okay? So I didn't go without. But at the same time, I saw that there was a program going on. Father Panic Village is where my mom grew up. 8 siblings, Father Panic Village. The father's literally panicked. Her father died at like 30 something. Okay? Like, Bloodport is what it's called. Connecticut is the epitome of the all-American. It is America. It is the hidden gem. It is where all the elites lay up. Okay.
They do, yes.
Okay. And so, I never went without. So to go without, to still go through that struggle, to kind of be pushed into a box, even with my relationships with like my brother, my cousins, my father, just all in jail. I got into Howard University doing dance. And I still went through this things, like just falling into the trap.
Yeah, but
Like it's a real ass trap.
have you gotten to a place where you're able to, retrospectively see how you fell into the trap, what you voluntarily did, what you may have done different, even though, like you said, you still don't live with the regrets of it, because I'm sure that a lot of those decisions are still tethered to the life that you live today, your children, you know what I'm saying, and the life that you lived. So how do you reconcile with those things? Because it still sounds like you got a little bit of resentment left. I would just ask you that.
Yes, I'm working through it. Yes, because time doesn't heal. Time doesn't heal. It doesn't. Like I 28 is when I had my first child, and I yeah yeah. I'm working through it every
Yeah.
single day. I'm working through.
Right. So what tips or techniques would you offer and share with the family? You know what I mean? What is your daily work through regimen? Did you implement for self? What can you recommend to somebody else that might be going through similar things?
Well, I've definitely, to be honest, I was kind of tapped out for a while. Like I've been isolating a lot, like isolating and, just trying to organize my space, organize the things around me, so that I can move forward. Honestly, I've been coping and self-medicating with marijuana, and my boys are gone for the weekend. I went out to eat. I ate real good. I had I got some weed. I had and I plan on not smoking
Yes.
tomorrow, and like sober and being sober and vigilant,
Yes.
but what's been keeping me like plateaued is just the faith, and like knowing that like every day is a new day. Just trying to apply. I've been watching things and reading and all that, and just trying to actually apply certain little things.
Yes.
Just I
Well,
meditated the other night. I didn't go to sleep to the phone. I'm just like really trying to focus in, but my underlying energy like is joy, and I'm giving myself the grace. Like if I have a
yes.
day, I'm like,
Say that.
whatever, it's good, I'm good. You know what, I still have the next day.
Catrice, your four
Yeah,
sons, are they from the same man? Your four sons?
I have it's 15, 11, 9, and 6, and the 15-year-old has a different father than the last three. I got
Yes.
the 15-year-old. He's actually the son of the woman who sang at my parents' wedding, right? And his mother is actually, she's sang for Whitney and like all kinds of other people. Like she's in the industry and stuff like that. But
Brother
that
Rich.
like it was really it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Like it was he when it came around to it, everybody was like, he's a street dude. He's a street dude,
Right.
Catrice. Why'd you do that? That was a mistake. That was a mistake. He was a street dude. After 28 years of being Free.
And
You're breaking up, Blue.
excuse myself. I have to
Yeah, Blue's breaking up.
Yeah.
Blue, you got to step out for a second. I think he got to. Let me ask you, Catrice. What
Yeah.
and let me see if it's working. For hold up. No, I think Blue's still frozen. Blue, you there?
Okay.
When did you begin to you went to Howard, so that's a HBCU. When did you think you came into knowledge yourself, like spirituality and figuring out who you are on a spiritual level?
You know, Howard was difficult. Like there was girls walking across the yard in Fendi pants.
Yeah.
Like it was like the streets in Howard's. Like it was crazy. Like, but I got so torn, I got so broken in those moments. And then I tried to repair myself after. And actually, to be honest, it wasn't till I had inklings of like consciousness and like trying to figure it out, but it wasn't until I really got my heart broken. It wasn't until I met somebody who was on the wave, who was like, Catrice, you gotta vibrate higher. And I didn't really get it. Like he was just, you gotta vibrate higher. And he would say, I can't wait to, like, I'm looking forward to seeing when you are a woman. And I didn't get that. I didn't get that. But then when he left, and I thought that was it for me, like I thought he was it, that's when I was like, what's wrong with me? What's going on? Because I know he's a good guy. I know he's a good man. Even though he's still a man and he might have that kind of like wandering eye, but still, there's something that I was lacking where I couldn't like really hold that down, you know? And then that's when I started to really, it went down. It went low, very low, very, very low, you know? And I think that's actually when I got pregnant, you know? And then I was trying to figure it out, and then distracting myself. I got into a band and was like, you know, trying to do different things, helping other people with their dreams and things. And then and then I got involved again. And then I had a baby and, you know, it didn't work. Then I really snapped. I was like, oh, freak that. Like, what the freak is going on? You know, especially when I really love, and I thought I really loved the first guy. And then like, okay, this is I have a son by this person. Like, let's go. Like, what's good? Like, let's go. This is a rock star. Like I think he's a rock star. I'm really digging him. Like, we really worked well together. He's more responsible. He's more logical than I am. He can help me out. I can help him out in some ways. Like I really understood it. But here comes the spirit of narcissism infiltrating. And then that ended. And I was like, oh no, like, no. And I tried to explain to him, like, this is what I need. This is what is going on. Like, I understand myself. I divulge myself. I let everything out. My past, like we have children together now. So it's like we're in an intimate space. So I'm letting it all out. And then it just turns over and it just ends. It's done. I couldn't do it because all the things, and I know the whole narcissist thing is like people are kind of sketchy about it now, but no, I really went through that shit. No, I'm not. No. No, it was real. No, it was real. Yeah. So, and that's when I really understood, and then I went full-fledged, and then I isolated, and I was like, I'm done. Yeah.
When you hear Blue Pill or other speakers talk about soul contracts and you know what you went through and experienced in this life, can you fathom wanting to go through what you went through in this life, whether it was relationships or any other thing you went through? Could you fathom the fact that on
Oh,
a soul level you wanted to experience this?
oh, it could be no other way.
Mm.
It could be no other way. That's
Why
how
you say that?
fly my shit is. Like I just want to write it down. Like I'm trying to let go of the shame and the guilt and the embarrassment. Like it's not real because people lay their stuff out all day and it's stupid. But but I know how how mine lines up and it makes sense, and it's the dark and the dirty that people don't want to really tell. And I know that that's what I'm supposed to tell, like the real ins and outs of it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I appreciate it. I appreciate all of it, and I'm just like, it made me who I am. Because if I am to be in where I'm at right now, in the now, and really love myself, then I have to love what I went through. Every
Mm-hmm.
single bit of it,
Mm-hmm.
to be in that space. So that's when, okay, then I read the book, The Greatest Power in the Universe by U.S. Anderson. And
Mm-hmm.
it goes into the alpha brain reader and the alpha brain waves, and how when you think about certain things, like when you think about things in your past, you're supposed to be easy about it, calm. You're supposed
Right.
to even be able to laugh about it. That
Right.
thing that you once cried about, that thing that you once were in the corner sweating and like going crazy about or whatever, like you're supposed to laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I want to get. Like, and that's like, I'm feeling that way because I know I'm not the only one. I
Right.
know I'm
Right.
not the only one.
Right.
And that's what made us go through this. Like the generation before us, they didn't talk. My mom was prissy. My mom was the basketball player and the president of the class, at Hardin High School in Bridgeport. Like she was, and then she was the secretary of the superintendent of schools, and then she was the mayor of the president. I mean, she was the excuse me. She was the secretary of the mayor of the city of Bridgeport. And I'm just, like, but at the same time, my dad is a heroin addict, like my little sister died, at 3 weeks or something like that. And my dad is popping in the streets. My dad is the biggest drug dealer, and then my sister dies, and now he can't take that depression, because the hospital killed her. So the freaking, and they got a settlement for it. My mom and dad got a settlement for it. The hospital did that shit. Okay, because my brother was fucking born on Christmas and I'm born on Valentine's Day, and then my sister was born in August 12th, which is the opposite of Aquarius, a Leo. I'm like, yo, we would have been like the fucking Minority Report, the three, like, come on, they did
Yeah.
that shit on purpose,
Hey.
So
What
yeah.
message, Catrice? I
Anyway,
gotta move on to the next call, but what
yeah.
message, considering all of this, and you've got
Mhm.
a lot. I could tell you got a lot that inside.
Yeah.
You know, what advice would you have to the young woman coming up in this realm who may not like this planet, may not like this realm? What advice at this age would you give them?
Listen, all things are working for your good, young one. All things are working for your good. You are divinely created. You are divinely guided. You are divinely ordered. Okay. And and your childhood is a setup. This is a game. Your childhood is a setup. And
Set up
all
for
you
what?
have to do, a setup for your get back. A setup for your beginning.
I like that. I
It's
like
a
that.
setup for your beginning. You alchemize that energy. You pay attention. You see what happened. You forgive. And you let go. You forgive yourself, and you let go. You forgive everyone involved. You let go, and you move forward. You know, you tap
Yeah.
into your creative, and use that creative energy, that sexual energy, that energy to create. Okay, it's not all about giving it out. Like sometimes you need to just cultivate that and create what you want in this world, because it's all the same. Okay. And if I could go back, it is, and I love my life now. But if I could go back, I would have waited. I would have like really cultivated myself in the way that, like, studied strongly,
Mm,
studied strongly before I engaged, before my brain was fully developed at 25, 26. Like, be a scientist about this, about who you are and
right.
where you're at in life. All right. I love all of y'all. My birthday's Valentine's Day. I'm the real one. Let's go.
Hey,
Daughter Earth. Daughter Earth in the flesh. Let's go.
appreciate the call, Catrice.
Love
All right,
y'all.
take
Peace.
it. All right, all right. Shout out to that sister right there, King Simon. I see you in the chat. Calling King real quick. Click on the link if King Simon you still there, because I'm gonna take a couple of more calls and I want King to give them do some numbers. I wish I had King a little earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Blue must have. I think his connection must have not been too good. Hold up. Somebody text me, say, I don't know who this is. Okay. But yeah, King Simon, if you could see the number. New Diamonds, what's up? I just shared the link in the chat. New Diamonds, I'm gonna share it again. Let's get to, all right. We got about 20 minutes left, so I want to get things moving a little faster. Let's get to La Douglas, or is it La Douglas?
Yes, sir. But
All
Douglas,
right. All right.
how you doing, King?
Hey, how you doing, brother? What
Man,
you
I'm
think
good.
about the title, man? What's on your mind? Some people don't like this realm. How you feel about this realm, man?
Yeah, man, I think it's a great title. That's actually what I want to kind of like go back to. Because even for me, like the guy Vincent earlier said, it's really just about, the what you're putting out. So, I've definitely experienced both sides of, not necessarily being happy. Especially when you're going through stuff. It's one thing to be happy when everything is going good, but can you maintain that charge when shit go bad? So,
Mm,
and that takes a level of discipline. It takes a level of maturity and awareness that you got to go through in order to like get to that point. So
mm,
even back to like the title, about the Starseeds, which is like for me, like that's a big thing. I got a 11-year-old daughter, and I got a 6-year-old son, well 7-year-old son now. It's a Monday, who I homeschool, and so I've been having conversations with both of them lately, and I just that alone is just super eye opening. Me and my listening to the Queen just speak, I could see, even when like Blue pointed out, that she still was holding on to certain stuff. It was funny because, not funny in that way, but it just shows the synchronicities. To me and my daughter just had a conversation about 2 days ago, and we come from like we live two different total lives. As far as me being more on the spiritual and conscious side, and then
mm,
versus her mom is a preacher's daughter. So, but my daughter kind of has that innate awareness to where she's asking questions now. And
mm,
she was just going 100 miles an hour. And then she just finally told me, she was like, "Hey, I don't really have nobody to talk to." So I had to create that safe space within that moment and let her know, like, "Hey, you got me. So this is always gonna be a safe space. If they side eye you, don't worry about that. Like, come to daddy first and let me know what's on your mind, and I can help feed that." And that kind of goes back to Vincent's point about the adults. Like, yeah, we want to focus on the kids and bring them up right, but how can we do that if we don't have whole men and whole women to be able to cultivate that the proper way? So it
mm,
takes a level of work that we got to do. Kind of going back to Blue Point about making don't write checks that your ass can't cash. It's like you got to do the work. You got to if it's something that you don't like, what do you bring it to the table to make a difference and alchemize and change that? Peace, King Simon. And so it definitely starts with the work. And I know you might not remember, I was on here with you and Blue funny enough, 4 years ago. Right when I was getting ready to move from Texas, and Blue, he gave me a spiel because I was at a spiritual, what I felt like was my spiritual peak at that time. And him just even giving me the words of wisdom as in, just let the universe know that, hey, you wasn't ready then and that you are ready now, back to being open. And so that's where we kind of got to put ourselves in the state of, being open to receive, like the good and the bad gonna come. It's like, but open yourselves up to invite more good in and then move accordingly, because you're gonna attract, whatever you put out. So, and the test gonna come. The universe gonna test your chin every now and then to say, like, you talking this talk, but let me see, can you stand on it when I put you through adversity? So, and the kids need to see that. So that goes back to just visualization. Like, we can tell them one thing, but kids, they pay attention. Like, I know, they watching, they'll call you out if you do something that you told them you want. Like, they always watching. So visualization and accountability, to me, is, I feel like, that's the solution. As in, they gotta hear it from us, they gotta see it from us, and then we gotta demonstrate at a high level. Don't just be super complacent and just say, oh, I'm gonna just do enough, because then they just gonna do enough. So, but if you really want them to be great, they gotta be able to look at mom and dad and say, well, I saw dad give his all every day. Even if you don't reach it, like, they saw you trying. So that's gonna create that dog in them later, to where they can be like, man, I saw my dad, my mom go after day in, day out. So I'm gonna do it. And I, even just my personal story with my mom, coming up, as I'm the oldest of five. My mom, Aries, I'm a Virgo, my son's an Aries. So just seeing that dynamic of, me and my mom not necessarily having like the best relationship because of certain lifestyle choices that she made. But that even goes back to, sometimes the kids got a parent and help heal the adults. Whereas I was that factor for her, where it was like, me being the elder, she clung to me a lot. So as she went through her troubles, I always, once again, created that safe space for her. Like, hey, I understand that you did the best that you could, and I don't judge you, and I forgive you, and I still love you. Because at the end of the day, once she gone, that's it. So that's like, even me hearing your stories about with your mom, that was always like a reminder to me. It's just like, they did the best they could with what they could. My mama came up in the 70s, in the 80s during the crack era. And so that hit them super hard. And I saw that, in the effect that it had. So that's me choosing to go a different route. Like, I got to create a safer space for my kids. And, so that did cause me to isolate, like they said, for a minute, gather and build myself up so that I could be a better father and, just be the best version of myself. Because if you're not straight, you can't even do nothing for them. So it starts with us first.
When was the last time this realm made you shed some tears?
Oh, man. Sad tears or happy tears?
Either or.
Either or. I would say, my great grandpa just passed back in December. I didn't think I was gonna cry, to be honest. Like, leading up to that, I haven't been to a funeral since 2008 when my grandma passed. So I was like, I'm okay. Like, I could already kind of tell we already knew like it was coming soon. But it's just like, man, I feel like I was getting memories that wasn't even mine. Like, when they speak about epigenetic memories, I feel like I had a moment at the funeral to where, when they started playing the tape back, and I would see myself, and I knew my grandma's story because my grandma's husband was his son. And I never met him because he died in 82. I was born in 90. And so, so I remember her telling me about how they all was at the front row. And it was almost like I had a flashback. Like, I saw a memory of my grandfather, who I never met, in the casket with all his siblings. Because it's the second time they had to do that now for their dad instead of their brother. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, man. I'm looking around at everybody, and I just broke down. But it was just more so of an acceptance, like, type of tears. Like, this is what it's like. Death got to come for all of us at some point. And at that point, me and my siblings wasn't even speaking. So that flashback memory I had of just seeing all of those siblings sitting right there burying their brothers, I kind of saw myself in that moment. So I was like, oh, man, like, I got to do something to at least make it right. I'm the eldest. And, we speak about, isolating so much, but it's like, that's cool. But if you can repair that relationship, like, take a chance, at least you can say that you tried. So, after the funeral at the repast, I just got all of them together and like, hey, let's take a beat. Like, everybody, speak your mind, say how you feel. And I feel like even just as the country community as a whole, it's like we got to be able to have that type of space, um, and where we allow people to be vulnerable, like take the ego out, speak how you feel and don't take it the wrong way. Because the way I was brought up with the men that I came up around, we had a rites of passage. We fought. We was taught to, hey, not pick up a weapon if you lose the fight. Hey, go back and fight. If you don't want to take the L, you keep going until either you accept it or y'all shake hands, but don't never go grab a weapon or never come back and do something out of spite of vengeance. Just be a man about it. So that's the principle I was raised off of. And so, and for me, I'd be disappointed when I don't see that, but it's still kind of like you can complain about it or you can either create that, and bring it back, do your part. And so even from just a media standpoint, because I took a break from like social media for a while because I was listening to Red the other night on their channel. He spoke about, us just needing more media to actually broadcast that energy, because we got so much of the negative side of it. We need a balance, which you're doing a great job at that. Like you're doing a hell of a job, man, with just bringing the necessary energy together so we all can, because people need to see it from different angles, everybody at different levels. And the fact that you bring them on, you don't judge. And I think a lot of people feel safe even just coming on. Like even everybody that follow me on social media know I pull back. They like, where you at? Where you at? But I've been building my media company in the background because I do want to create a platform and a space for people like you. Like Brother Rich got a story that somebody need to hear, just a little snippet you drop here and there. I've always picked up on it, like, a few other people, that I trust as far as information that they bring. I'm like, those stories need to be told. So me doing my part, I got my channel going. Well, I created my channel, but I am working on like getting a few, people on at the moment. And that was just me kind of sitting back realizing when I did the work on myself was like, what is your role, going forward? And I feel like my role, and it just kept happening, just happenstance, just with my own family, was to bring as many people as I can together. I mentor a lot of guys that's in the street still, and they come to me. It was like, that I feel comfortable talking to you because you don't judge, and you have an open mind. So I just try to maintain that energy. But my kids are my teachers. They're the ones who teach me to be patient. I got a Aries son, like he's always on go. So I got to be patient. I got to be, calm at all times because, he needs that. And, and I just think people, they're going to resonate with, if you're being pure, you're being authentic, like, don't worry about trying to get everybody. Just worry about attracting the right people. So that's kind of like how I move.
Right. Yeah. Appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir.
King, could you give like a 2-minute breakdown on this brother's numbers before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'm gonna just deal with his name because his name. Remember, the name reveals the gift, talents, and skills, also your expression and your soul urge. But as far as in the Pythagorean, your name adds up to a number 29, which is 11. So spiritual awareness is very important because 11 is the number is the equilibrium between the physical and the spiritual realm. So any ideals that come, you got to put it to work all the time, especially if it's positive and productive. So even when you're dreaming, get your journal out and write your ideals down. Even while you're street in the Chaldean system, your name add up to a 31. So I can see where you can go into a seclusion because 31 is the number of seclusion. And it's the number of, but I tell people that have those numbers around them, don't seclude yourself in a negative way. Go and meditate so you can manifest outside of the 31 after that. So that's what the 31, because the 3 deals with creativity and the 1 deals with creativity, but 3 deals with the expression of your creativity. And the 1 says assert your creativity. And the 3 and 1 adds up to the 4 that says you need discipline to make it manifest.
Excellent, man. Hey, Douglas, I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all take it easy.
You too,
you too, my brother.
Yes,
all right. King, what's going on, my brother? Everything good?
Brother, when you asked him about last time he cried, man, that it triggered me because I'm going through some stuff, and you and I know, and it's this whole thing is what you and Boo started has motivated me because there was a time when I've astral traveled and my ancestors or divine parents took me somewhere and I didn't want to come back. And they pulled me back and said, your mission isn't up. And this is before I wrote my books. Said, your mission isn't up yet. So this is like before 2012 when I wrote my first book. So And so, and those times come up a lot. It's not that I don't like this planet. It's just that I think there's an energy on the planet, because the planet is not bad. It's the people on it that makes it bad. You know, poison in the air, poison in the earth, poison in our food, giving us franken foods and all that kind of stuff. So when they was taking me on this journey and flying me through where I was going, I had two unknown beings taking me on this journey, going through nebulas and all kinds of stuff. And Rich, when I said telepathically, I don't want to come back, they was like, wait a minute. They pulled me back to the bed, and as I was going back to my bed, I remember it clear as day as I can talk to you today. And he's in my ear, in my mind, it says, your mission isn't over yet. And then I had to come back and do what I had to do. Get the numbers back up. I didn't even get, because I was studying numbers for years, but I never put it to work yet until 2012. I started coming out with it. So yeah. So,
yeah, wow.
That's a journey, bro.
Yeah, I never heard that story. You never told me that one. That's interesting.
Because I was thinking about it even in the midst of what I'm going through, father having stroke, my father-in-law, my mother going through what she go, all that is, and at this age, not unlike you, where your father transitioned before you was born and your mother transitioned while you was young, I still have them. So when you're in your 50s going into your 60s, now you got to be ready for this, and you could really never be ready for somebody to transition. Never be ready, but
never be ready.
I've talked to them regularly, make sure they all right. Talk to my mother today, make sure she all right. Talk to my father after he's good, and a father-in-law just transitioned, who I used to just talk to him. It was one of my son's grandfather on his mother's side. I used to talk to him, and he dreamt about me. And then my son's mother called me and said, you got to come visit him. And I went and visited him last year in the home, and he had a laughter. He was laughing with me and all that. And now he just transitioned. I'm like, see, I'm the only one out of all her boyfriends and stuff that he wanted to talk to. I'm the only one. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Let's get to another call, King. Let's get to a call.
Let's bring him in. Let's
bring in Angela. Angela, what's going on, Angela?
Peace, Brother Rich.
All right. What's on your mind? You see the topic. Why do some star seeds dislike planet Earth? I would like to know, Angela, based on your experience so far in this realm, do you have more of a likeness for this realm, or are you more like, I'm through with it, I don't want to come back here, I'm gonna just finish up what I got to finish up, but after that, I'm kind of done with it?
Yes, this is a good topic for me, because I've known since I was 7 years old that I didn't like it here. And I've dealt with depression for most of my life, and I'm a triple Pisces, so I feel everybody else's issues. I go through it, like I feel it emotionally, like when someone's struggling close to me. And I don't know if I was feeling that when I was 7 years old, but I knew I didn't want to be here. I actually attempted suicide, but I probably just took a whole bunch of vitamins.
Wow. Vitamins.
Yeah, I believe I just ended up sick the next day, and I really never talked to it about it to anyone until I got older. But this journey, I can tell that. No, I talk about not liking this realm all the time because of the fact that from sun up to sundown, our mission is money. And you can't focus on really what's important. And no one really tells you what's important until you get old enough to figure it out yourself. And so I have children, I have grandchildren, I'm a Gen X. So I don't know. It's a topic that I don't mind having, not liking this realm. I don't even know, like, partially I believe this is hell, or we're stuck here with a lot of entities that are not good. And so, this realm isn't, I know the next level has to be a little bit better than this. And I don't like to say death or anything like that, because we're infinite.
That's okay. Exactly.
What do you think about the teachings in the school of thought saying that you could create your own reality? So let's say, so if you can create your own reality, shouldn't that change your perspective down here?
It can change, and it's just not as easy as it's said to be.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to create. I mean, because of all of the distractions and everything else, and maybe even just the distraction of surviving with the currencies and all, it makes it difficult to create your reality when the system is set up to just be focused on money and bills.
Mm-hmm. Right. What do you like most about this round? Like, what in this round, what makes you like smile from ear to ear?
The people that you love, your relationships, family, friends, that nature, of course, the real things that you are supposed to enjoy here. Yeah. But I'm not stuck to this. Like, I don't want to come back. Like, if there's some mission I need to complete this time, I'd rather get it over with and go forward. Yeah, I do not want to come back into this reincarnation.
Interesting. Very interesting.
King, you want to read her number?
I did. Now I deal with her name. I want to deal with the names. I don't mind the names because that name alone adds up to a number 9 in the Chaldean system, and 9 is the number of completion. Like, it's one of the numbers that says that you came to complete a job. But remember, it adds up to 18 first, which is in tarot is called the moon number, but it's a number that deals with the material side, striving to destroy the spiritual side. So there's always a battle sometimes. And they have to be a balance. And because in the Pythagorean now, I'm talking about the Chaldean with the 18 in the Pythagorean system, your name adds up to a master number 22. So I always tell people, everybody wants these master numbers, but with great power comes great responsibilities. And if you're not able to wield those powers, because sometimes 22 comes with delusions and illusion, or a blind person carrying something, or a person that's blinded by the follies of other people, because they just want to love and be balanced and help people, but don't know that somebody's probably trying to deceive them on the other side. And they got to be very mindful of that. And that's just your name. And the name brings the gift, talent, skills, and your vowels of your name, the internal, the soul urge of your name is 7 in both systems. So 7 is the spiritual number. 7 is a highly spiritual number as far as the law of attraction and being able to attract what you want. But I always tell people with 7s and 4s in their chart, be very careful what you want in your life. That's why you got to be very pointed what you want and make sure it's at a high level. When you have 7s all in your chart like that, especially your first name, because the first name is known as the active name, so it can activate the vibrations of those numbers that you could attract certain things. But numbers came to guide you, not control you.
Hey, Angela, what spiritual system are you like currently? Is there one in particular that you're following that helps you get through life or help you deal with what you're going through?
So I believe when I left corporate America in 2010, everything changed for me, and I started being able to really tune into my spiritual side. And I'm a yogi, and I got into deep meditation, and you inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. So I do like to help other people that are dealing with the same situations and teach just what I know. But I like breath work. I'm a big writer. I've been journaling for years, and it's very therapeutic for me. So I study myself. And I've been studying myself for years now. And that's just basically, so that's why it's easy for me to say, I don't like it here. I haven't liked it here since I was 7. There's good days.
And it's funny, Angela, like 7, all your vowels add up to number 7. So 7 is the introspective number. It's there to
There's beautiful moments and there's beautiful days, but it seems just like majority of the world and the weight is really heavy. And so I just don't like that part of this place.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Colorado.
I love Colorado. I've been out there. Beautiful space. I was in Colorado Springs. Very nice place.
Definitely. Well, listen, Angela, I definitely appreciate you calling in. Tell the people your YouTube channel so they can check you out.
I'm at Gigi's House of Wellness, and it's GIGIS House of Wellness. And so there I teach wellness, cope. I talk about leaving the 9 to 5, leaving corporate America, My last video was about the emerald tablets and Thoth. I think it was the same day you had Billy Carson on here. So I like to know that I'm in tune with everything and everyone. I like seeing that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm not just a downer, but I'm just emotional, like a triple Pisces, and I feel everything, and I feel
That's right.
And when someone else is sad, I feel it with them. I wish I could feel happy with everyone, but it's just the opposite on the other side.
Indeed. Exactly. I appreciate you calling in, Angela.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Lessons. All right. Let's keep this thing moving. Shout out to Angela for she kept it 100, King. She kept it real.
And that's what it's all about. Yeah. That's what because what happened, especially with that 9 energy, 9 say what they mean and mean what they say. And that number 9 energy she has in her name, like I'm a 1 and 9 are usually like your life path is a 9, so you will say what you mean what you say, direct, you know, and you call it. If somebody's doing something stupid, you're gonna say, "Yo, how you doing something stupid?" Yeah. What are you doing? I've heard you do it.
Plenty of times, man. But I appreciate Angela. I appreciate your authenticity. Appreciate it, and we all, should be allowed to have our own opinion on this realm. That's why I will never try to change or alter anybody's opinion on this realm. I just want to understand how all of us feel the way we feel, and we can all learn from each other, all of us. So we're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna take about 2 more calls because we're about to hit the 2-hour mark, and then we're gonna get out of it. We got New Diamonds in the background. Let me get the Queen New Diamonds on here. What's going on?
What up, dude?
Peace, wholeness, love, and light to the tribe. I hope everyone out there is doing well.
What's on your mind? What you think about the topic?
My Wi-Fi is buzzing.
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
My wife. Oh my goodness.
I think New Diamonds Wi-Fi's.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Yes, I definitely
can hear you. You're probably on a delay, huh, New Diamonds?
Right. We gonna get New Diamonds. Can you
guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, my bad. You know this Wi-Fi. You know when this high vibrational energy the Wi-Fi and stuff start tripping, right?
Oh yeah. What? So what's going on? What do you think about the topic today? And
I love
the conversation. Okay.
I love it. Because it's real. Like you said, it's all about. I feel like it's about a balance, right? We all have our good days. We all have our bad days. Me personally, I love it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, the world is beautiful. We have all these water, all these trees, all these seeds, all of these different elements we could work with. It's the people. You know what I mean? It's the way how the system is set up that makes things harder. And the more you get in tune with your spiritual side, the more you elevate. And like Angela said, get into that meditation and become more one with yourself. Then you're able to kind of transcend past this physical, but you have to stay grounded in this physical as real, because we do need money to survive. You know what I mean? So it is all about that balance, but knowing that your main value isn't in this physical realm, because as we're talking about, unaliving and death and ascension, all of the spiritual gifts and attunements and wisdom we have acquired, we do take those things with us when we do transcend, versus the money, the wealth, the clothes, the hoes. We can't take none of that stuff with us when we die. You know what I mean? So for me, it's all about getting in tune with spirit, getting in tune with the Most High, and creating that bond. So that way I know I'm good. You know what I mean? And I know it's easier said than done. We all going through something. We all pushing through. I want to say continue to fight through, spiritual warriors. We are pushing through a whole new paradigm, right? We're shifting into this new age energy, and we have to be those warriors that we came down here to be. We have to continue to be strong. We have to continue to shine our light. We have to continue to use alchemy, right? We are the alchemists. We are those magicians. We are the magi. We are the prophets. We are the priests, right? So when we tap into that inner knowing, and we know that, we have to remember that when we get tested, when we get triggered, when we're down and out, when we're going through hardship, right?
That's right.
But also feel those emotions and let those emotions run through us. Don't be consumed by it. right? Let it pass, let it flow, and then get back in your natural energy, right? Every day ain't gonna be rainbows and sunshine and cotton candy, but it's about knowing, being aware. That's the first step. Even an addict gotta, all right, I'm an addict, right? That's the first step, being aware that you're in this energy and just kind of going with the flow. Like Dick Gregory said, gently down the stream, right? We got to go gently down the
roll
stream.
down your stream, Mary, yeah, I was there when he said it too.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So that's my take on it. I'm always optimistic. Sometimes I'm, what is it, toxic positivity? That's me, but I'd rather be
that's crazy. Toxic positivity. What kind of craziness is that?
Right. They want to demonize and talk down on everything and make fun of Grand Rising, but I'd rather be rising and shining than on the bad side of a spectrum every day. You know what I mean? Being grateful, waking up, giving thanks that I have breath, I have my mind, I have my hands, I have my feet. Okay, because somebody's not able today. You know what I mean? Somebody is mourning, and we need to be more grateful, more thankful for what it is that we do have. So I don't know. That's just my perspective. And I'm learning to balance that. You know what I mean? And finding my true value. And my true value doesn't always reside in this physical, mundane realm. You know what I mean? So
I've never heard you teach this much, New Diamonds. This is wow. What has gotten into you?
Sister Myra, look, I got that reading you said I should have got, and I got it.
Go.
Oh, you got that reading from who?
Sister Myra.
Sister
Myra. She instilled a whole new confidence in me. Like I would teach, but it would be in a very subtle way. She was like, no, like you got it. You got to talk about it. Speak your truth and tap in and
absolutely right.
Be that boots on the ground for Big Mama. And I'm like, whoa, if Sister Myra is saying this, okay.
And you know what's so funny, Rich? Her name, just New Diamonds. And when I don't even need her original name. What she calls herself the most is what's letting me know. As up to 42, which is a 6, which is the number of education, healing, teaching, guiding, and discipline and compassion in what she teaches in the Pythagoras system. And the 42 is also the number of assistance from those in high ranking positions, not just on physical, but also on the spiritual realm. And then the 40 is the master number potential. It's just about mastering your discipline and communication, because 4 is a communication number, one of the communications. So always communicate. Master, go learn, even go learn more about communication by Toastmaster and all those different. Go learn it, because the more you learn to articulate it even better and Sister Myra's right and exact, just by the numbers I see it can happen. So I'm do what you do, sister.
Gratitude. I appreciate it. Shout out to the ancestors, shout out to the master teachers. I sit at the feet of the master teachers, know what I mean? And I know everything isn't going to be in books. And I just give gratitude for y'all laying the foundation down for the real righteous teachers that are about integrity, that are about teaching. And it ain't, like I said, it ain't always rainbows and sunshine, but goddamn it, I love when the rainbow and that pot of gold. I'm trying to get to the pot of gold. Okay, I don't know what these other people talk about.
That pot of gold you want to get to, that pot of gold.
Shout out to Sister Myra. She done instilled a whole new person in New Diamonds. I mean, your confidence is through the roof right now.
You too, Brother Rich. You too. That live we had yesterday, like that would charge everybody up. Like you guys don't even, y'all know how much y'all instill in this community, how much y'all energize this community. Like y'all really feed us. And I'm about internal fulfillment. You know what I mean? If we get in that true, like it's not, how can I say? Like some people, everybody has their ulterior motives. You can tell when somebody's genuine. That's the gift of discernment, right? So when you guys pour into the community, like King Simon, like Red Pill, like Brother Rich, you can just tell it's authentic. You know what I mean? And I don't mind, like you said, leaving a tip at the door, because this knowledge is sacred. And you guys had to do what to get this knowledge? And we just got it at the tip of our fingers. I'd be a damn fool. You know what I mean? So I give gratitude for you guys. Like
if you knew the scrutiny we went through, and even the big elders before us went through. Lord,
my goodness.
We went through it. I mean, that's why I still got books like this. I got books upon books, because they say, yo, you better study, son. And if you was in the 5%, they whoop your ass if you don't know your lessons. So
Oh, my
I
goodness.
know that for a fact. Almost got my ass whooped.
Facts.
Hard time. So I just be in gratitude. I'm
Gratitude,
grateful.
gratitude.
I'm grateful for the good. I'm grateful for the
Always.
bad.
That's it.
And I always try to look at it as those losses aren't losses. Those are lessons.
Lessons.
A lesson.
We
Exactly.
turn into blessings. We turn
Blessings.
Right.
losses into lessons and lessons into blessings.
Blessings.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm
That's
trying
right.
to get in on my red pill,
Yeah.
jumping the bars right now.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Blessings and blessings. Bro. Blessings and blessings. Don't worry about it.
Right.
You said we ready for the choir. I'm ready, Rich. Okay.
That's
I'm
right.
ready.
You rolling with us in 2027?
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
You know,
I'm
Billy
gonna go.
Billy
I'm going.
called me today, so he's trying to get everything situated. So we're gonna have information on that shortly.
I'm gonna go because that's gonna be my
Passport
Family, I swear, Kemet has never seen what they're about to see in 2027 when the Black Magic 363 family head out there. There's,
I'm going, Rich. I'm going.
The guys, listen, the guys in the other realms is gonna be like, they're back. They're back.
And I can sing.
They're gonna be like, oh shit, they're back. We've been waiting. Yo,
Rich,
Kemet, I've never seen nothing like that before.
and I can sing too. I can sing too. Please, I can sing.
We bring it,
and I'm turning 60 that year. I'm
beautiful.
Going.
Awesome. Hey, new diamonds. Thanks for calling in, though. I really appreciate it. Thank
No
you for all the
problem. I
support.
appreciate you guys.
All right, pieces. All right. Red, what's good, Red?
What up?
Chilling, man. What's going on?
What up,
All
Red?
right. Everything is who this? I appreciate the super chat. All right, Crown Loads.
Okay.
Douglas just sent it, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's the brother. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Douglas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the brother that was just on here.
Yeah.
All right.
Somebody said I had my first ever reading
King
with
Simon. He was the first one. Yeah.
Wow. Talk about. Yeah. I mean, the numbers could tell you all of it, man. Numbers are connected. Like AA was talking about on his level, like Blue talks about it on his level, like Red speaks on it on his level. We just leveling up.
Yo, Red. So we talking about Starseeds kind of not liking this realm,
right?
And I want to ask your thoughts on that, and also what talking to Starseeds throughout the years, I feel like one of the things that they dislike, and the sister, I forgot who alluded to it. Angela alluded to it. Angela came with the authenticity, and she talked about it earlier. I feel as though a lot of Starseeds don't like the idea of money in this realm, and this constant pursuit of money, and just everything is money. It throws them off, and it gives them a disdain for this realm, knowing that they got to pay rent, knowing that they got to pay bills, knowing that they got to pay for their child's education, or pay for this, or pay for water, or pay for fruits, or whatever like that. What advice, Red, you just came here, would you give to people who are high up, who have a high level of spirituality within them, but they turned off by this whole money thing in this realm? So they like, man, it kind of throws them off their game almost. So they can't really tap into their gifts because they so turned off from the fact that we live in a society based around money.
Right. One of the good things about the times that we're living in, that may be different from 20 years ago, is that, we currently exist in something called a creator economy. And it's also the passion economy and also the attention economy. So for the Starseeds and for the Generation Alpha, the new kids on the block and whatnot, I would call them the TikTokers. They've managed to make few breakthroughs and whatnot. And, they reincarnated in a time where they could get paid for their authenticity, right? For being authentic, there's a reward system that's set up. It's called niche communities and digital economy, right? So you now could literally make more than just a living. You could become very wealthy by having a community who sees the greatness in you, or sees the uniqueness in you, or sees the gift and the talent in you, and you could bypass the middleman and go right to customer or right to your supporters. They call it there's a formula called the 1,000 true fans theory and whatnot. And it was proposed about a decade ago by, I believe his name is Chris Martin. He is an editor at Wired magazine, and he came out with a book called the Long Tail. And in that book, they had that formula for the 1,000 fan theory. It might not be his theory, but it's basically saying as a musician or a creator and whatnot, if you have 1,000 true fans, meaning that they'll buy any ticket, any album you put out, any record you put out, any vinyl, whatever, any merch, whatever you do, they're a true fan. They're going to always support 1,000 of them. You don't need a record label. You don't need a record deal. You literally could prosper in your endeavors. So for the ones who have come here and they know that their pursuit this is not a natural pursuit. Our natural pursuit as sentient beings and whatnot is naturally to be fruitful and multiply. That is, self-preservation is the number one law in all, until somebody changes it. The first law is self-preservation. So, right now outside in my backyard, the bees are doing what they do and the birds are doing what they do. Nobody had to tell it what to do. The grass in my backyard got green all of a sudden. And then the trees that were bare and skeletal and whatnot, they start forming buds, and now there's pollen everywhere. So, this cycle of regeneration is a part of nature. It's natural and whatnot. And as nature's beings and whatnot, naturally we have mating calls and we have mating seasons. And, when there's no interference, we have 50 children and even more. When there's no interference, when bills are not involved, when Babylon is not involved, when there's no restrictions and whatnot, this earth was populated. When them people came over here and found us and whatnot, we were populated. We had rich families, we had strong families, we had deep families.
Right.
We didn't have to succumb to the trappings of capitalism and other things. Even in the South, with Big Mama and them, before the big city and everything, there were big families and whatnot.
Right.
That is our nature. That is our primal nature. We are naturally procreators and co-creators with our creator, right? The children or the new ones who have come here, they don't want to slave in order to stay alive and whatnot. Henceforth, a lot of them are going off grid. They're living in storage facilities. They're choosing to go homeless. And people are going to Thailand, places where you could live beyond your means and whatnot for a little bit of money. And they're digital nomads now. They don't have to be relegated to stay somewhere in order to work. It's not like you work in a factory. You got a laptop and a Wi-Fi. You literally could go around the world and survive and thrive and spread your will and spread the word and spread your art and your sciences and your legacy and things of that nature. You could build your family. So
indeed. That was powerful, right? Definitely powerful. Yeah, what'd you say, King?
A lot of people got to realize that life is about reciprocal exchanges. Money, they used to do cowrie shells. When we breathe in, we're exchanging, letting out, inhale, exhale. It's all about exchange. So once and the vibration of money adds up to a number 9 and a number 22. So if you take those higher vibrations and understand those vibrations of money, even if you just want to live comfortably, just to do what you got to do, that's the mindset you have to think on. This is about exchange, give and take. Go ahead, brother.
They had cowrie shells.
Yep.
But they had dowry too.
They had dowry. We had gold.
They had dowry.
Yep.
I was looking at I was on IG and a post came across my feed of different tribes in Nigeria, right? Because we don't see them as that. We don't see the different tribes. The Igbo tribe, the customs of that tribe is different than the customs of other tribes that are in Nigeria. So if you want an Igbo woman, there are certain stipulations that you have to abide by to take their hand in marriage. They're valued. So there's some tribes where you got to give cows and whatnot to the children who are not married, to the uncles, to the parents. I'm like, that's some good ass. That's some.
Yo, that's dowry is like
some
in
good Jolo rice right there. You know what I'm talking about? Like
in Islam, dowry is like $5,000, 5 racks.
You gotta honor.
You gotta honor.
You have to give back to the family that bore the child, who gave birth, who nurtured, and who put together that beautiful specimen that got you going crazy, that you want to put your seed into. You, before you even touch her, before you even put a ring on her finger, before you even put a baby in her, you gotta pay homage. So what I noticed about the Starseeds and why they don't like it here is because the concept of the Nana, the Go-Go, the wise grandmother, or like the Oracle, right? Not to say that it's not here like that, but it's not here to a degree where these Starseeds, they need counseling. They need somebody that they could talk to, similar to when people come to this channel and they might not they dislike the planet Earth, but they find themselves comfortably nested here, where they have people that are on frequencies and air lights, and a lot of their questions are being answered. So when the questions are being answered, then they can make sense of this quote unquote reality that they're in, because church is not giving you that. The Board of Education is not giving you that. Think about these Starseeds. They are in echo chambers. They with their parents, they're inside of their communities and these schools and whatnot. And now they're online, so they're able to venture forth. But sometimes they're stuck in an echo chamber. So yeah, they won't like it here if it's Christianized, if it's Romanized, if it's quote unquote Islamicized and whatnot. They're not getting the answers that they need. But then they come across a Sabi, they come across a Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, they come across a Bobby Hemmett, a Dr. Delbert Blair, and they're giving them these answers, and they're making them feel like they're not crazy, that the answers that they seek, someone has it, right? Now they're turning to AI and whatnot, and that's even curing some people's depression or their willingness not to be here, because now they're like, all right, finally somebody who can understand me, who I could get some damn answers from, because they're looking for answers and whatnot, and they're looking for bonding. They want to bond with the community, or what they call a tribe.
And you know, that's funny that you said that, Red, because we all went through it at our different stages of life too. So even when I didn't like my complexion because I thought certain family members didn't like me or my friends didn't like me, it was the bonding with the 5% lessons that when he said, who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe, father of civilization. Yo, that stopped me from hating my beautiful black skin.
They reversed the curse, right?
They reversed the curse. Big up to the messenger. Big up to Father Allah. Big up to these people that put that out in the street. That was our AI back in the day. That was my AI. That was my computer.
That was your computer. So
saved my life.
Right. So, like, think about it. The child goes to college and whatnot, right? They go from being, insulated, and you know how there's an outgoing personality, then there's the what's that called?
Introvert,
introverted, right? So they'll go to college and go from an introvert to now they're talking and whatnot because they found their tribe.
Exactly.
They found a study group that they rock with. They're major in school. Now there's a whole crew, there's nerds just like them that take the same major, and they eat different, they think different, they listen to Al-Daluzi and rock. You know what I mean? They're weird, they're misfits. People are drawn to that, and they're miserable until they find their tribe and whatnot. Once they find their tribe, now they find their way, and sky's the limit from there. Yeah. And I'm not generalizing and whatnot, because everybody has specific algorithms and things that they run off of. But I've seen this happen on many occasions. People are looking for their alikes. They're looking for their tribe. They're looking for people who could give them the answers that they seek.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, you know, I love, and this is also helping out people too. these type of platform, your platform, my platform. These are things that are just helping people out. Everybody have, at each one of us at each interview. I'm older than these two gentlemen here, these two brothers here.
Right?
So I'll be 60 in a few 2 years. So and I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud.
That's right.
I made
Stand
it.
on that.
I'm proud of it because they thought I was going to be dead at 30. So again, I'm proud of it. I made it. I'm making it there. So and what's so funny, I had something that was not internet at that time, but I found a tribe at different intervals of my life when I thought about removing myself from this realm. I don't even like to say unalive and so removing myself at this realm at 8 years old and this type of years old and all that kind of stuff. So it's so important that you do find your tribe that will elevate you and bring you up to a higher level, whatever it is, whatever books, whatever. If you listen to old Bobby, and I'm glad we remixing Bobby's stuff and remixing Delbert Blair's stuff and remixing Dr. York's stuff and all that, whatever's keeping you to go move on, Farrakhan stuff. All of it helps us, man. And that's what this whole, it's a beautiful time we're in. Put it like that. We're in a beautiful time.
Right.
We're in a beautiful time, family. Forget all that. We're in a beautiful time.
All right. Let's get to, we're going to do 2 more calls.
Go ahead, bro.
Then we're going to get out of here. Let's get to 2 more calls. Red came in a little late. So I want to give Red the opportunity to chop it up with at least 2 people before we get out of here. Let's get to we got Troy. Troy's been back there. Troy, what's good? You hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Peace.
What's good? Peace to the guys. How y'all doing?
Peace.
All right. Hey, Troy, what do you think about the topic? I'm curious as to know what is your feelings on Starseeds not liking this realm, some Starseeds, and how do you feel about your experience and your time on what we call planet Earth?
Yeah, I can definitely align with the Starseeds that's feeling like that. I can say I definitely felt like that most recently, right before the 2020 situation. I was becoming a first-time father. My job at the time, they put that jab situation on people. So,
right.
After that, it was a very compromising position. I'm like, I felt like I should have been further in my life at that time. So I'm like, damn, what am I do? So that pressure came on, but also during that time, it kind of pushed me into my awakening, into my discovering my purpose, and put that fire back into me to keep going. So I would just tell the Starseeds that's feeling like that, man, it's normal. Just know you always divinely guided. Don't give up. Keep focused. Stay passionate. Stay with that light heart. Keep moving. Even as a child, I could say I kind of, as a Starseed, you feel like you're different even as a child. But everybody's kind of different from you, so you can't really say nothing, whatever. I align with that Star Wars when that first Star Wars came out, not the first one, but the one where they remixed. And Anakin Skywalker's character, where he off on a different planet by himself, he got gifts, and he kind of getting guided, and he go up and he got to decide which path he gonna choose as he grow older, and he chose that dark side. But I always just liked that, and I found kind of certain similarities in myself, just being like different points in life, like, okay, this is what it is. What side you gonna choose? You gonna choose light? You gonna choose darkness? So I just to say that, I stay with the light. I got that, like I said, I got that passion back, that fire back, and those things are just important. Stay light. Appreciate every moment with your family. Anything that brings you joy, I would just say stay connected to it. We're gonna have challenges, but that pressure gonna make us diamonds.
Brother Troy, your name, always go back into the history and etymology of the name. Troy was a powerful figure in their society, the Greek society and the Roman society back in the day. But it adds up to a number 14, which is a number of creativity and discipline. So whatever you had to get out of, you had to, with that name, just in the Chaldean system, which is the oldest of the two systems, that's 14 is known as a magical number of movement and combination. And it's a fortunate number when dealing with money and speculation. You just got to make sure you're creative and disciplined in your creativity. And then the 5 it adds up to deals with expansion. You're looking at a brother here born on the 14th himself. He had to be creative and disciplined, and then he expands, him and his brother. That's what I'm trying to show you. And then in the Pythagorean system, your name adds up to the 24, which again is the healing and says that you get assistance from not just physical, but your ancestors also. And those 2, 4, and 6 are all healing number. 2 deals with healing your companionship and your with your being in companionship with family. 4 says heal your building and heal through building and growing your business or whatever you got to do. And 6 says heal your family and find balance with your family, because the 24 adds up to the 6. I tell the story of the numbers, and that's just your name. We ain't even get into the birthday. That's just your name. And the name TBS that you're using also, one adds up to a 5 and one adds up to a 9. Stay flexible, stay adaptable, but finish what you start.
Yes, sir.
Just those 2 numbers right there telling you the story, brother. Thank you, Troy.
Good breakdown. Red, you want to add anything before we go to the next call for the brother? You got anything?
King Simon took the words out of my mouth.
Indeed.
I showed this book called Indigo Children, man, by Lee Carroll and Jan Tober. Very good book, man.
When he brought up light and dark side amongst the Starseeds, it just became very visual to me. And I was like, damn, that's a great point. Like the younger generation, you know, there's a lot of Anakins out there. And they are being drawn into the same thing that Anakin Skywalker was being drawn into, which would be that dark side. You know, they're getting drawn into the streets. They're getting drawn into, like, you know, compromising their bodies and whatnot. They're getting drawn into taking penitentiary chances and flirting with death. Like that's literally what Anakin was going through for the Empire and whatnot. So, you know, we have an empire these days. We even got Empire records and shit, you know, and people are literally, you know, we have messiahs amongst us, messianic ones who, if they decided that they wanted to change their frequency to like emit light, they can make some of the most light bearing music that the world has ever seen. But a lot of them are going through these butterfly phases where they have to go and crawl on their bellies like caterpillars and get crystallized, go into the chrysalis, which is the darkness. And then they come out as butterflies, you know, with colorful wings, and they grow. And that's cool. You know, it's life. It's a cycle that I've seen so many people go through that at this point, I don't see it as happenstance. It's almost like our rites of passage, because we haven't set up a rites of passage. So people are literally going through a spiritual rites of passage where the streets is like being in the jungle and whatnot.
Right.
And if you could survive that and keep your character and your integrity intact on the way out of that wormhole, then you get your wings. And you show up in front of the people as these master teachers or somebody with wisdom that they want to share and things of that nature. Like literally, that's almost like the life cycle that I'm seeing so many people go through. And it's like, it can't be a coincidence, because we don't even know each other. But when you talk to people, they got the same walk. They be having the same type of walk. There was trials and tribulations. There was a pull. There was a question of morality and whatnot. There was a hero's journey. And then if you don't persevere, then we don't never see you. We don't know about you. We don't know your name.
Exactly.
You know.
Wow. So amazing. All right, Troy, man, I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Peace to y'all, brother. Appreciate it.
Bro.
Brother Rich, that 2027, man, we gotta make that happen, brother.
So you on board?
Absolutely, man. That's life changing.
So we got 2 people so far that said that we got New Diamonds and we got Troy. I think I talked to Billy today. He said the most that could go there is 200. So if y'all 2 down, we got 198 tickets left.
On,
they're not technically it's not available yet, family, but we're gonna let you know. But
I'm down, that's for sure. I'm down.
Indeed. All right, Troy, I'm gonna talk to you soon, brother, and I will see you in 2027.
Take care.
Yes, all right, peace.
Peace.
All right. We planning a big trip to Kemet in 2027, Red.
You can start paying for it now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a payment plan, so you can
like
get
$10 a week leading up to it. Yeah, that'll work. That's how you do it.
It gotta be I think it's probably about a $1,000 deposit, and then you could to lock you in, and then you could just make your payments from there. I gotta check with Billy though, but I think it's like
As
1,000.
long as we go into the middle pyramid that they just discovered, right? As long as we could go down there and blow a L.
I told Billy, because Billy going for the eclipse, but I'm like, I gotta bring I gotta bring my channel. It got
to bring the fleet. You gotta bring the fleet.
It gotta be. We need our own trip. You know what I mean? So I told Billy, listen, I don't want my people going there and feeling uncomfortable or anything like that. Like, nah, we bringing the choir there. We're gonna be singing. We're gonna be dancing. Yo, we're gonna have a all white party at the pyramids.
Hell yeah, we need to pull up in a soul plane.
Pyramids, bro.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, we need Club 363 at the pyramid
over there.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yep, exactly.
All white. Like, what are we doing?
I'm gonna have more information for y'all. Give me about a month. I got another major announcement coming. I told y'all coming soon. A big announcement. That's a real important announcement. But in terms of the Kemet trip, give me about a month, and I'll let y'all. No, give me a couple of weeks, and I'll let y'all know about that. Let's get to
one more.
Another call. What was that? Man, we gonna do one more because goddamn, we had to 2.5 hours. Let's get to Al. Al, what's it, Al?
What's up with you, man?
What's up,
Al? How y'all doing?
Everything good, brother. What's on your mind? How you feel about the topic, brother? How are you experiencing this realm? How has it been up to this point, my brother? I'm hearing feedback on is that your line or?
Okay. But I feel shit. I feel the same way, man. I'm 33, bro. I've been through a hell of a lot of stuff. 18 funerals. It seemed like I don't know. Me reading my natal chart and stuff like that. It reflect on me being in relationships a lot and learning a lot from it. So now just reflecting on it and stuff like that. Like when I go through stuff, I like kind of go into that hermit mode or whatever and just really like lock in on myself type shit. Oops, my bad. But
no, you good. You good.
But that at first, like back in the days, it was kind of hard because I wasn't on that type of time then thinking like that, like looking at the bright side about it, what can I learn from the situations that I was going through in the moments and stuff. But now I'm kind of like trying to find a new way of dealing with it versus just like basically all I do is just go to work and I come home and just study on either looking at history or looking at your channel or something. I don't really watch TV. I don't really look at music, listen to music like that. Because I'm just so tired of all the negativity. Like it seemed like they got good music out here, but they don't push that. They push the killing. They push now it seems like a lot of stuff reflecting about relationships. So it's like they're trying to make it like a beef between females and males in a sense or something like that. That's just what I get on my phones and stuff like that. But I don't even be watching no more. Pop the balloons and stuff like that. Like you gonna find me. I don't really care for that stuff. I swear I don't. Like that make me so mad. Like you gonna find a relationship in 30-minute segments and stuff. Like, like it just be too much. But as far as the money stuff that I've been hearing all night on this live, I feel like that too. Like I feel like if we got rid of the money and go back to the bartering system, maybe that's how I see it. It'll be way better, and everybody will have a better focus on everybody. We'll have a whole different focus. Like you'll have more clearer space. I mean, to think about whatever it is that you want to think, because that is a big hindrance. Like you got to pay them bills every 30 days. You got to clock in. And, I mean, yeah, that internet stuff it's good for a lot of people, but I ain't gonna lie, I just haven't found it, bro. I haven't found like how y'all be on here doing this stuff every day. I ain't with it. Like I don't really care for the phones and the internet and stuff like that. I'd rather converse with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very family oriented and stuff like that. But even with how things going around these times or whatever, it's like I don't even be wanting to be on the phone, you know. But at the same time, y'all is what keeps me going on the cool, like for real. Like people like y'all, like you, Brother Rich. They got a guy named Dane Holloway, a dude named Papa Duck. I heard I'm gonna say Red Pill naming like Dr. Valentine's, and that's where I started off with, and the really LC Freeman. That's my first dude I started.
C. Freeman.
C. Freeman L. Yeah, I don't really see too many people talk about him, but I really, that man cool as hell, man. For real, bro. He real cool, bro. He changed my life though, like the way I think and stuff like that. Like, and he kind of got me into astrology a lot. Yeah, man. I feel the same way though. There's a lot of people who was on here tonight though, for real.
You know, the powerful thing about your name, Al, is that you always got to make sure just the name Al. I'm not even doing the whole name, just what you came up with. But just with that name alone, it adds up to a number 4. It's always about really staying organized and making sure that you communicate with your inner and your outer self. That's one thing. And it's a communication number. And it rules technology. So don't be afraid of technology. Just put out the positive things, just like Brother Rich is doing, like myself. Just do positive things, because we need more people to put out the positive work. That's what we need.
That's what be making me so mad, because I be feeling like I can be so negative, bro, and I'm so positive. Like I don't get in no trouble or nothing like that. I just clock in, do my thing, and everybody like me. Like I'm a people person and everything, but that drives me, because it be seeming like that ain't working, bro. For real. Like for real.
It does work. We could all of us could have gave up.
In what way? It don't work in what way? Explain.
Yeah, because I'm still got to worry about money every day. I still got to clock in. I can't really, like, I like to every morning or whatever. I go to work for like 2:30, but every morning I like get up and I like to play in the garden. I don't know. I guess that's a part of grounding me, you know. Right. But it's and another thing, I like to study Forex. I do Forex and futures or whatever too. I'll be trading, but
Forex.
But yeah, but it's a lot of things, bro. It's just a big distraction, bro. I feel like the internet is a big influence in a negative way to people. It could be a positive way, like from y'all perspective, like y'all spitting it to us. That's very positive, but it's like it's overwhelming because it's so much other people over y'all. Yeah. Like I be like in the comments, I'm gonna say you got like 1,000 viewers. What about this? Remember that YouTube post? I'm gonna say Facebook post. I don't have it no more, Facebook, so it's old or whatever, but it's like people sitting kneeling down and they got a Monopoly board on their back. Why don't we just get up? They got 1,000 people in this group right now. All these other people I be seeing be having the same amount of numbers. Why don't we all just get up? We ain't even got to be negative about it, like shooting and killing and stuff like that. Why we don't just do our own thing? It's enough people. All of y'all got all this knowledge. I'm still learning. I'm willing to go that route too. But I'm just saying, y'all way above, like y'all got a lot of knowledge. Like, why don't we just all get up? Like everybody be on some positive stuff already. Like, what's wrong with just getting up and just doing our own thing? It just seemed like we just steady just running with the narrative or whatever, like it already is. I guess that's a big part of why I be frustrated too. So I just be in the garage, bro, just studying, bro, for real.
Can I share some?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
Many of us came up, right, with the term conscious community. Yeah. The term community was kind of like, it was sold to us, right? We got our consciousness, but we never got our community. You know, we had the House of Consciousness. We had nonstop consciousness. Every time one of the teachers open up their mouth, that's literally consciousness, making us aware and whatnot. We got books, we got lectures, we got debates, we have it all, but we don't have community, right? Brother Rich, prior to that, Sonetta, prior to that, I opened the productions with Shabazz. No, I opened the productions with Black Dot. Prior to that, of course, King Simon and his movement of bringing people together. I brought up all of those names because those are promoters, and the promoters bring the people together. And what we doing here is literally like going to see somebody on the visit floor. It's just passing time. We're talking through a plexiglass, like how they was talking to Purnell on Menace to Society. He had to sit there while his Wiz was with her new boo, and they was talking to him through the glass.
Crazy.
Right? But this is through the glass. Like that, I can't feel certain things through the glass. I could think that I'm feeling you. I could hope that you're a real person and you got real good energy through your phone. But I never know that until I'm in your presence. When we do gatherings, like when we climb Stone Mountain, when we do the Gathering of the Masters, when we do the Non-Ether Fest, that's the community that was promised to you. That's what it feels like. When it's time to leave, you be like, you don't want to say it because you're an adult, but you literally be like, I want to cry. I want to throw a toy, my nigga. I don't want to leave. Like, you want to get on the floor, like how my 4-year-old will, and basically throw a fit because he's not like, ask Rich when it's time for my son to leave his house.
Oh man, he get wild. He don't want to leave. He don't want to leave.
Don't want to leave.
And last night I had watched this this guy Dane Calloway. He had put a video up of,
shout out to him.
I think it was Ohio. They got a group. They got a city, a little small town out there. I think it was like, it's old, but it's man, they holding their town down because the police ain't really doing their thing. So they like why we all can't do that though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like let's get down. They got a lot of gangsters out here, killers and all that. Let's use them. What they doing?
So I'm saying that I'm agreeing with you. These gatherings are dress rehearsals for something that is going to occur very soon, where someone will come forward and say, yo, I got 40 acres. I put tiny homes on those 40 acres. I put the fab houses. You know, you could order a home from China right now.
Yeah.
Right? For like 15 stacks, you could get a home. You could get a tiny home. I got a brother I just did a consultation for. He is what's this company that he signed up with? I think it's called Promo. Like Promo, the movers, the renters, right? He's a booking agent. So he sells tiny homes. He was like, yo, Red, I get so much bread selling tiny homes and trailers and rentals, right? He was like, I'm killing it, but I want to do it for my people because our people don't know about these things. So we literally could buy like an acre and throw some goddamn tiny homes on it, or some prefab or some container homes and whatnot. We know what it is to feel like around each other because we've done the dress rehearsals at these lectures and these gatherings when we went on the mountain and everything. We know that we are who we've been looking for and whatnot. So we got the consciousness thing settled. Why don't we focus on the community aspect?
You know, let me tell you something. And I think probably out of all of y'all, I was the only one that lived in a community. So I felt what y'all just said. When we had major events around Imam Isa, aka Dr. York, on Bushwick Avenue, we all were still there in the community, still there, and we would go to our barracks, still vibing and energizing, go secure the women's bait, the children's house. We had security all over the place near our business. This is what was taught to us from the Nation of Islam to the Ansarullah community to what they're doing, supposed to do in the Nuwapian, but since he left, or since he went into jail, a lot of that just went dispersed. But when we was in the Ansar, I lived there for 4 years and experienced the events that he had. And then we just dispersed and stayed right there and talked and was on a vibe. And you could even stay in the temple and meditate and vibrate if everybody left because we was paying into this. So every time we do it, it's always an infiltration for some reason. That's why Bobby Hemmett always kept on saying, he always kept on saying, you don't need no goddamn this. You don't need to do this. You got to stay in the community of your head. And then this is what he always used. I kept on saying, you know, Bobby may be right to a certain extent that maybe the community is not here in this realm anymore because we already did that already. We did all of that back in Kemet. We did all of that. We did all of this. So
Yes,
what are we
we
going to
did.
do after this? We need to leave.
Right, I agree, King Simon. However,
King ready to just get the fuck up out of here. King,
yeah,
like,
I mean, that's what Bobby taught us. That's what they taught us.
I
That's
mean,
what's gonna happen next.
I feel like I don't have a problem with where we at. I think it is like the structure that we go by, bro. Like on the cool, I really do think it's just the money. Like, what else would there be? Like, what would we look at in the form of money if we got rid of the money?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what would be that next thing?
I mean,
And
it has to be fair exchange.
right. That's why I said the barter system, because everybody always claiming everybody got a gift, right? Somebody good at something.
That should be the barter, the gift.
And I know how to do so many, and that's what that be making me mad, because I know how to do so many different things. I guess it's just a Gemini in me. I know how to do so many things, bro. Like, I'm talking about from fixing cars to cooking, my dude. Like, for real. Like, and it just seemed like that's not enough, bro. It's never enough. It's never enough, dog. And I really don't care about money like most people do. So I look down on it. Honestly, I look down on it.
You know what I think the next step would have to be, because our people are so engrossed in entertainment and we've been sucked into this sunken place of being entertained. We literally have to show people what it's going to look like by scripting it out and giving it to them as a form of entertainment. Like, it has to be like a movie or a series where you're showing us thriving, living off the grid, with like, all problems solved. You got to show people what it looks like. Like, you'll have to do a movie that takes place in 2030.
Exactly.
And then show Black people how they solved their problems and came the fuck up. That's what give them the impetus to get up and do something. The long talks, the pleading to the people, that's old paradigm. Bobby told us that shit is over with. That died when they killed those leaders in the 60s and stuff like that. That's old paradigm. Oh, I'm gonna march and we're gonna have a speech. That's not gonna work anymore. The paradigm that we live in now, you literally got to show these people what they heaven looks like so they could basically get up and start moving towards it.
And that's what Dr. York tried. Had built pyramids all on the land,
but it has
had
to
a
be
lot of
free.
people come in.
Right, and it has to be free.
It went crazy.
Yeah, that echo, right?
Yeah, it's an echo somewhere.
Let me see.
Not us.
Al, listen, we about to wrap it up soon, though. Al, I appreciate you calling up, brother.
All right. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, Al.
Man,
all right.
bro.
Shout out to the brother Al. I think that was coming from Al phone, but shout out to the brother Al. I love the authenticity from everybody calling in tonight. The brother Al really speaking from his heart. Angela, New Diamonds, everybody that called up, man, it was dope. But Red, I think what King Simon is saying is when you keep alluding to community and like you saying showing them heaven on earth. King, like Dr. York did that shit already. He done did it.
They infiltrate.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he's
communities being infiltrated, Red. Like, how do you feel about that?
Right.
Like,
it's a mandate. It's a mandate that all organizations will be infiltrated.
That's right.
You're living behind enemy lines.
Go and tell.
Yeah, this is what takes place. However, we should not restrict one another from the experience of being amongst one another and, finding out, certain things about one another that we can't find out from a distance, because this is some of our last hurrahs here, right? I'm not coming back.
Right.
I don't have intentions on returning and whatnot. I kind of have succeeded in what it is that I came here to do. But I will not, in my years of being here, while I'm here, I won't negate the opportunity to be amongst like-minded brothers and sisters in my circumference. You don't got to live on top of a person, but to be close to one another is good enough for me and whatnot. Right. Close enough to where the children have to play with one another or go to schooling. They are with people who are being raised and groomed in the same type of households that I'm raising and grooming mine.
Exactly.
We don't have to be away from one another. We don't have to we're not toxic. We're not, you know, there's not killers amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't repel from one another. When we get together, there's not a repellent energy. There's a magnetism that's taking place.
Right.
The $1 million question is, do you keep that while that's a good thing? Do you keep that in the cut for when you got to activate it, or do you bring that online? Do you activate it now and use that as the battery to build what we have to build and to do what we have to do? Because the technology is somewhat advanced these days. There's spiritual technology that I have my hands on. There's biotechnology that I have my hands on that I've seen and whatnot. There's technology where you could read people's energy. You could do we have technology like Ra Akul's cosmophysics. We have numerology, numerovation. We have pendulum swinging. We have ways to figure out who is amongst us and who is not amongst us.
That's true.
Infiltration is a prerequisite. You should if you do anything, you should do it knowing that infiltration is already happening. How are you going to weed that shit out, though? That's the $1 million question. We've been getting infiltrated since Kemet.
Yeah.
So what tools are we developing to whereas we could find who the hell the Judas is? So we got spiritualists amongst us. We got people that read energy amongst us. We got seers amongst us. We have people that could put their hands on you and could tell you your bloodlines from years from, you know, different bloodlines and whatnot.
That's right. That's right.
We got to implement those tools.
We got to implement those tools. And let me just clarify, just because Bobby back in the day taught us that, you know, those things are not supposed to happen and we probably just supposed to leave this planet, don't mean that you're supposed to punk out and take your life. That doesn't mean that. Because he always wanted us to elevate ourselves to a higher level and then connect with those other elevated beings and do what we got to do. So
you take your life, you can't leave.
You can't.
I'm sorry, King Simon.
No, go ahead.
You take your life, you come back as a roach.
Exactly.
No, you come back as a lesser being. You didn't know. Right. Yes, you don't come back as a human anymore. You will come back as an animal inside of a slaughterhouse. Do not think that you could punk your way out of it. What is trials and tribulations? What is stress? What is depression? What is weight? It is the test that you signed up for when you came here to have a spiritual experience. What is a spiritual experience? It is as painful as a motherfucking Buddhist sitting in a lotus position on top of a mountain in 20-degree weather for a year straight. That's the type of stress. That's the type of hurt. That's the type of pain, to the point where it gets to a point where he don't even recognize the pain anymore. Right. But what is the trials and tribulations? What is the stress? What is the weight? What is all of these things that are testing our faith? It's to see if you are spiritually adept. You know, nobody said that this was going to be easy. Nobody said that this is going to be a fucking picnic. Exactly. Nobody said that they were supposed to coddle you and braid your hair and rub your back while you're going through the dark night of the soul, my nigga. You're working off karma that was accrued lifetimes ago, my nigga.
That's right. That's right.
The fuck? This ain't no easy game. We're on a prison planet, my G. You got to crawl your way up out of the fucking gutter, bro. You know what I'm talking about? There's 7 heavens, bro. We've been knocked down to goddamn the lowest rungs of the goddamn Malkuth. We're in the lowest rungs of this shit, bro. Exactly. It's to my theory, when niggas die, they graduate up out of this. This is like getting granted parole.
Right.
This is the bizarro world that we're in, bro. So let's not cower. Let's not turn into let's not use excuses to cop the fuck out. Right. Let's not take the side door out. Face your fears. Take this shit with your chin up, and you won't come back to do it again. You keep coming back because you're not learning the core lessons. And you know, I'm speaking to myself as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is.
And I got to big up Miss Blue, because Miss Blue did a reading on air for me, brother, and pulled my grandfather, my great-grandfather. And all the stuff that my great-grandfather was saying on my father's side, I didn't even know, because he did take his life. but he is still in this realm watching my children being born and their children's children being born. He's still here. And she was able to tap into the point. I had to go to my father and say, you know what this well is? You know who this is? And sure enough, he knew everybody that I was saying, because I had to say, my father's a minister, so I had to say I had a dream about him. I didn't tell him I had no spiritual medium. Right. And she did it live on the air. I could share with any of y'all. She was breaking out, and tears came to my eyes. I'm like, yo, Miss Blue was on point. And she's been doing this with Bobby and all of these people back in the day. And I was like, man, Miss Blue. And I said, I had to call her and say, yo, my great grandfather said to her, do not ask about what I chose to do for myself. Take my life because of whatever he was going through at that time. He
gotta live with that. He gotta live with that. Yeah.
He has to live in that realm. It's just like watching the movie Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis. He didn't know he was there. He's just there.
How many people don't know that they're dead? You know how many people are Bruce Willis, bro, in this reality, in this walking life?
Exactly.
You know how many people are stuck between realms? And you, but the ill part about it is that you might run across a being like that, and it will fuck up your day and make you contemplate harming yourself or hurting yourself. And you ran into somebody that's stuck between realms.
The disagreeable ones. You got
the disagreeable ones switched up your whole journey, like the movie Adjustment Bureau. They could trick you out of your freedom and put you in purgatory, fucking with these spirits that are walking the planet right now. When I see them, I smell them first, I get out of the way. I don't give a fuck if I'm on a train and I smell that entity coming, I'm getting off the train, because they some tricky ass devils on the planet right now will trick your ass out of this whatever this perception of freedom is and put you into a lower rung of purgatory. Don't fall for the okie doke.
And that's what saved my life, family. Before we finish, that's what saved my life. When I kept on thinking about it, for 3 times I thought about removing myself off this realm. In my 30s was the last time. And then when my father said, yo, your grandfather did it, I'm like, oh, your great grandfather did it. I said, oh, it's in the bloodline. Oh, I gotta stop this.
Right.
You gotta epigenetically stop it.
Right. That's one of your generational curses.
You got to find what's in your bloodline. If you don't know what's in your bloodline, like if your grandfather did it or your great grandmother, somebody did it, you got to find it, because there's negative ancestors and positive ancestors that can come right into your bloodline and say, hey, come with me down this road. Boom, come with me down this road. We got to be very cognizant of that. So,
for sure.
Man.
I'm just listening. This is a good game when y'all spin right now. I'm just
that mirror magic really worked. So when that guy said mirror magic earlier in your show, I said, "Ooh, Rich should have jumped on it, because I do mirror magic all the time."
We just talked about. I tell you, I stopped talking about that because people
ain't ready for
are so scared. They're not ready. I'm not even talking about that no more.
Who saw the video that's going viral with the trainer nigga that put the banana peel on his face?
No, I didn't see that one.
Man, what you talking about?
There's a trainer, there's a black dude, he's like a trainer, and he did a routine video where he wake up like 4 a.m. He put his face in ice water. He's like jumping in the pool and whatnot, but he's doing mirror magic in the video.
Oh, get out of here. I didn't see that one.
He's in the mirror talking to himself, programming himself. Yeah, Ashton Hall, 64 million impressions on Twitter. The shit going crazy.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Wow. So in the video, he's, so even there's like a hood song called Affirmations, right? Like for the ratchets and whatnot. And even in the hood song, she's like, yo, I get up and I talk to myself in the mirror. Affirmation. I'm doing affirmations to get the bag and whatnot. So it's like, it's ratchet consciousness right now. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? We got ratchet consciousness feeding the people, but it's real. It's happening. It's happening. Consciousness have infiltrated all rungs of society. It's not just a high, it's not just a Harlem thing anymore. It's not just a higher frequency. Like there's gutter consciousness out there. You know what I'm saying? And people are benefiting from whatever they could receive at whatever level that they're at. it's almost like the morning dew is still coming down and it's feeding people. You know, they're getting it in their own way. Right. And it brings them to this platform, right? So think of the platform as a rung. That's right. They have to work their way up to certain platforms and whatnot. So if I see people on a TikTok consciousness or they face tag consciousness, I'm not mad at that. I'm like, yo, this is a journey that y'all on. Because one thing about consciousness, as long as you pursue it, it's almost like a stairs. It's going to take you to further steps, right? How you started out 10 years ago is not where you're at right now. Right. You can't even find yourself. You can't find your place of where you started out 10 years ago. You were so further down the pyramid, but you're on your way up to the capstone. Keep walking.
That's right. And that's where conscientious consciousness come in.
Yeah.
Because now you're doing what's right for the community. Remember, conscientious means doing what's right in consciousness.
Right. And you're in alignment.
And you're in alignment.
You're in a balance. And then your consciousness could kick off your conscientious because now you're thinking with compassion. Now you're like, yo, the whole universe is watching. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you're thinking with karma. Like, yo, I can't fuck this person over because my conscientious won't allow it. Exactly. Because I'm in alignment. I know that voice in my ear is so loud that I know that if I mess this up, I'm going to have to pay for it. That is your conscientious, which is your that comes from the gut, your intuition. They said the intuition is what? Next to authenticity being the highest, quote unquote, vibrational frequency that we can have. I thought it was love, but it's authenticity. But they say the intuition is the first brain. That comes from the gut, which they said is your first brain. That gut feeling. The intuition coming from the stomach, that the woman, the female, the divine feminine has a stronger pull or stronger, they tap further into their intuition than we are. Inside of that stomach, that stomach bears life.
Right. Bringing balance.
It brings life. So that intuition runs deeper than our intuition. You know? But that is true wisdom.
Yeah, because that's the intuition and then our logic. That's why Miss Sister Myra, I love when she says where the logic ends, the intuition takes over. That's
we're logical. We want to talk it out. This nigga over here, Radiohead Rich.
Radiohead.
Virgo, right? Super logical.
But he's
very logical.
He highly
very intuitive as well.
Yeah.
You know? He's tapped in. Radiohead Rich. He's tapped in. He has intuition.
I told the people, and like I told King Simon, like my keys to success, Red, my intuition, like being in this information, we all gravitate towards certain sciences. My science is intuition. So I put it before astrology. I put it before numerology. I put it before anything that I'm studying. My intuition comes first, and then I consult with the sciences or like a brother like King Simon or Lord Strayhorn. But my intuition comes first because I feel as though if I rely strictly on the sciences, then I'll become too dependent on it, and I won't know how to utilize my intuition. Exactly. There's a lot of people out here that they don't know how to move with their intuition. They got to make a phone call. They got to read something from a passage. They got to, I feel a way. King would tell me something, then I'd be like, damn, I knew it. So I don't want anybody to give up their intuition.
Never.
Shout out to the people. Yo, I got a crew in my
I tell them that too.
Big face honey. Everybody, if you know what we talking about, Red. Hold up, Red.
This is Red.
Yeah. If I say what's in my pocket, dog, what you supposed to say?
Big face honey.
Oh, y'all. What's in your pocket, dog? That's how we using music to manifest and to communicate with the divine.
It's a mantra.
It's a mantra, yeah. And I did a book review on the Divine Matrix with Greg Braden, and I gave the people an example of what song I was listening to when I was manifesting my home that I live in now. Right. And that was one of the main songs I was rocking out to. It's Plies. For those who don't know, we talking about, there's a rapper named Plies. He had a song called Plenty Money. He had his I got plenty money. So I was giving the people an example of how I was tapping into the divine using music. So shout out to Plies with that song, Plenty Money. But yeah, those who was on the show, y'all know what's in my pocket, dog. Y'all know what's in my pocket, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you haters. I'm real. Nigga said, because what you didn't tell the people is I got plenty of money. Say what you want to tell me, y'all. Just make sure you tell everybody Rich got plenty of money. Tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'll be on my, I use music,
Yeah, but you said it right. The intuition. I always tell my clients, intuition is your first guide, and and that's interesting that you say that, because I'm not like the movie 23. I'm always checking out. I don't do that. I don't check numbers like that all the time. Just because I come and teach about words and all that every day, it don't mean I'm checking on it every time. It's when I feel like I need to check on it after my intuition says, yo, just confirm it with this real quick. Right. And then see where it's at. Because tomorrow I'm teaching on every life has its own song. I'm going to break down the words, life and song, and how they all works with the positive and negative of it.
Rich, so did you cover the news that said that this newer generation is going to be the most wealthiest generation?
No.
Did you come across that? Did they say even with this generation not being attached to fiat and whatnot, this generation, the youth, is the most wealthiest generation that has ever been here? Somebody Google that, please. You know what I mean? So they get into the bread in ways that the other generations didn't get to it. But I know why they have so much money, because they are tapped into the digital economy, and the digital economy is a whole different beast than the economy that we used to have when it was digital, and then there was the quote unquote analog, right? So they get in digital money. Those zeros don't end for them. Yeah, you got some of them that been stacking cryptocurrency since they were teenagers and whatnot. Like,
they're not getting Arab money.
they're getting parabolic wallets. Parabolic wallets.
It says Gen Z is set to become the richest generation in history.
And that's interesting, because Z is the 8 number, which is abundance. Z is a 26 letter. It's 2 and 6 and 8.
Z's an 8.
8. Yeah, the number 8, son. So yes, sir. Sir. Yes, sir. You see, so all of that, all of these modalities confirm each other. It's just, you don't depend on your intuition, but if you want to find out how to move with the frequency of it, then break it down in numbers or astrology or I Ching or cardology. Break it down, but move with your intuition first. That is your true essence of who you are. And some people have to be silent, but some people got to just move with it, because some people just live it. Some people, like Dr. Khaled taught us, sometimes people are just walking meditation and prayer. Just walking with it. You don't have to pray, you don't have to meditate. Some people just walk in it. There's people on earth that just walk in it. Just like Enoch walked into heaven, Methuselah walked into heaven. Some people just supposed to walk in it.
Straight up.
That's how we gotta think, man.
Straight up.
Facts, man. Wow. Shit, I guess we're gonna end it now. Shit, we've been on here for over 3 hours, family. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, all y'all who rocked out for the whole 3 hours.
I gotta go back and catch it.
Huh?
I gotta go back and catch the replay.
Oh yeah, you missed some of the
your brother was on it, man. Your brother was on it earlier.
I already know.
You know how your brother gets down.
Indeed. Yo, family. Give your information before we got here, King and Red.
All right, remove that thing, and you get my information. Once you remove that, honey, yeah. You remove.
Wait, hold up, my fault. Yeah.
People can text me if they want to book a session with me, 347-496-1022. Also, my YouTube channel is King Simon Presents, or KSI SPTV Media. I teach every day really on words, not really birthdays. But if you want to book a session with me, I get it in and I let you open up to ask questions or whatever to just deal with it. And realize, again, it's your intuition first. What makes you want to come to me, and so I can verify, because most time I'm verifying what you've been thinking or been afraid of and scared of.
Yep.
Go.
That's
Just go. Man, that's what I help to be. Rich is a master, and then Red and his brother are masters at what they're doing right now. And I know them for years. So big up to y'all, man. Go ahead, Red.
Did Blue share the fact that we got something in Charlotte on Monday?
No.
Oh, y'all got Charlotte.
All right, we coming to Charlotte, y'all. All of my Charlotte family, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte family. We doing Melanin Monday IRL, which is in real life at 3501 South Tryon Street, which is Voltage Sports Bar, Voltage Sports Bar, Melanin Mondays. All right. We're going to have the doors are open up at 5 p.m. We're going to be there until we're ready to leave because we got it all night. We got music, DJing, consciousness, food, drinks. We got people that are going to be opening up for us. We just going to be enjoying life, y'all. Just straight up. We're going to be enjoying life. Me and Blue Pill, I'll be hosting. Me and Blue, Charlotte, North Carolina, Monday, the 31st. Pull up.
Yo, when you said drinks, yo, I hope they got some good red wine in Kemet. Because I'm gonna need some good red wine.
I heard Egyptian wine is wild.
Yeah, I want when I'm in Kemet, I want the finest wine. Somebody
I want honey wine.
Yeah.
Drink. I want that honey wine and that good old plum wine. For y'all. We have AA Rashid and Red and Blue Pill in Richmond, Virginia on the 4th of April. We got a pop-up shop from 5 to 9 at Charged Up Noah spot, and then the RVA Boombox from 9 to 1 a.m. This is where we'll be playing new music. We'll be displaying new artwork, and we're going to have merch in the building. Both places will have our merch with us. Oh, let me show you this shirt, Rich. Yeah. I've been meaning to get this to you.
Also, family, I'll be at Nicholas, Brooklyn on the 27th of April. I'll be in Nicholas, Brooklyn, 27th of April. And April 1st, I'll be speaking to Brother Shabazz on my channel for the first time. Big up to Brother Shabazz. He's coming. Rich, I got to get you on my channel, man. Please.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got to get on there, King.
I got to get you on for Today's Consciousness. I do it every Tuesday. Today's Consciousness. I got Brother Shabazz coming on April 1st. So I'm going to let you know. I'll call you.
So, Rich, I got a gift box for you. I meant to have this every time I send you. I was supposed to put it in your hands, but this is literally the.
Oh, wait a minute, son!
Non-ether Godfest.
Yeah, you got that background is throwing it up.
Okay, Godfest. I got the box for you.
You better.
I got the T-shirt and the sweatshirt, my brother.
Yo,
because of this is memories. We gotta keep these memories strong. But the non-ether Godfest drip.
You better get the team, man. I was on that stage. Stop playing.
No, everybody. I got it for your wife, Rich. I got it for you. I got it for Simon, and I also have everybody that was presenting a gift box. This is a gift box. It's gonna go to everybody that was a part of that because when we make history. We have to encapsulate that history, and we got to honor that history. So we got it for the men, we got it for the women, and we got it for the children. That's gonna be on the website, the March 125th. But I got you, Rich. I'm gonna send you a box. You a busy man, so I gotta Amazon that shit to you.
We don't live
I got Amazon.
We live in Stone Mountain, son. What are you doing?
Yeah, Amazon it.
Yeah, Amazon it to you.
That's fine.
Hey, Rich, did Tazaria give you that all for me?
I got it. I got to give it to you. Yeah, I got it. He came in, he gave it to me. Got to give it to you. Yeah, I got it for you, King.
What day we got to do? We're
going
to
oil is lit.
Sorry. Shout out to Tazaria. Shout out to the captain.
Give me that patch in my beard back.
Yeah, he do it.
But yeah, man, we working. April is going to be a great month. March was a beautiful month. March Madness. I look forward to the hip hop thing with you, Rich. Hip Hopolis. It's definitely time
Sunday.
for that.
Yeah, Sunday we going live. I'm gonna put it on my community post tomorrow for everybody. But we going live. We're creating a new hip hop channel. Well, we already created it, and we're doing our first live YouTube live Sunday at 2 in the afternoon. I'll put up the link to it in the community post tomorrow, family. But yeah, the hip hop media is dominated by people who don't have the best interests of our culture at heart. So it's time that we, make an imprint on this hip hop media.
We got to step in there because they running that shit raggedy right now.
Very raggedy.
They running hip hop media to the if it was a woman, they got her on a blade so bad doing so many things, man. It just don't make no sense. So we coming with a cape, handyman. We coming to the rescue.
Indeed. Stay on the lookout for that, y'all. And like I said, family, this Kemet 2027 trip, I seen it. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be the littest. This is what I can promise y'all. This is the littest trip. Is that a word? Littest? Is that a word?
Hey, we could invent words.
Littiest. This will be the littiest trip to Kemet ever. Family.
I can't wait.
I have information for y'all shortly, so stay tuned for that. But it's going down. It's definitely going down. But so many things coming up in the meantime. I want to thank Red Pill. I want to thank Blue, King Simon, all the callers, everybody in the chat for staying the whole 3 hours. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all Sunday on the Hip Hop Channel. Monday, I'll be back here on this channel. All right, family. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy your night.
Love y'all, man. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.